look at that intro when I've got hair on, boys. Oh my God, unbelievable. Hopefully you guys are all doing well. Smash these likes up on the way in. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel as well if you're new. We have an injury crisis on the panel show, boys. Tonight, breaking news, Pulpy out with a 1 week injury with his leg injury. Hopefully he'll be back next week, but doctors are confirming diagnosis, but he has got bad leg. I don't know if you guys follow him on Instagram. If you do, you've probably seen a picture of his leg. He's cooked. So he's not available. He's medicated. Steve Lewis also out with illness, unconfirmed reports tonight. This guy didn't get the jab, and now he's got the flu. So the guy is cooked as well. Who else? Bevel's working, so he can't come on because he's working. Got a deadline to hit, and Joe's been roped into fixing his parents' house or something. I can't remember now. And Jay's on holiday. So yeah. You're stuck with me again, and the two boy. Come on! Oh, where the fuck is this? Oh, he has joined. What the hell?
Let's go! Am I in?
Can barely see anything.
Are we live now?
Yeah,
we're actually live.
One
yeah,
sec.
I'm
trying to get some lights on. 1 sec.
Yeah, all right. Sort the lights up. Danny, Tarek, how you doing, lads? You good?
Doing good, man. Can't complain. Glad to be back. Be back on here talking footy with you guys.
Yeah, no, it's been a while. Good to be back. Ready to just jump right back into talking and back into the season, really.
Yeah, I know. I said to myself, when I was on like my holiday and that, I was like taking a break. I did a couple of streams and videos and that when I was on my holiday, but I was like, yeah, I'm not going to force it. I said, right, as soon as I get back home when it gets to August, I'm back on it then because it's obviously we have a game in. By the way, yeah. Have I missed anything? Have we had another thingy confirmed? A friendly? Because didn't Sam Lee said we was going to?
They said there's supposed to be a second one.
Not going to have one. I thought they said.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I thought Sam Lee said we was going to have one. So I thought.
Yeah, I thought there was a news that we were going to have one, and then that's all I heard. So.
Oh. Right. Okay. Cool. Oh, you know when I was on my holiday? Yeah, I just been thinking, Danny, because you watching the South American football, right? So I got in there. Was at this bar, yeah. And I gets in a taxi, right? Speaking to some guys, obviously, you're busy and all that kind of shit. And I'm like, oh, whereabouts in Spain you from? And he was like, I'm not from Spain. I was like, oh, where you from? He goes, oh, I'm from Argentina. So I was like, yo. So obviously, I'd been on the beer. So I was like, talk to me, brother. What you saying about Argentina? Like, where you're from and that. The guy was from Cordoba or someplace like that. I was like, talk to me, Boca Juniors or River Plate.
They are not from Cordoba.
No, they're not. No. So anyway, I was speaking to him about it and that, yeah. And I was just like, Echeverri, man, Echeverri. And he was like, yeah, I know Echeverri, sick player. And he was speaking to me about Mastantuono and that, yeah. And then the guy, yeah, how mad is this chat? I want you to spam L's in the chat, right? So basically, I was speaking to him about Julian Alvarez because, like, Julian Alvarez, we fucking love him at City. We was all gutted when he left and that, sick player. And he said, so basically we started playing this game where he would say an Argentinian player's name, like Di Maria, and then like Di Maria or Alvarez, who's the better player, right? So anyway, he kept giving me all these names. I was like, Alvarez, yeah. And then do you know what he said to me? He said Enzo Fernandez. So I said, oh, yeah, obviously Alvarez. And he went, what? And I went, what? And he went, no way you think Alvarez is better than Enzo. I was like, bro, what are you fucking saying here? How are you trying to tell me Enzo Fernandez is better? And I had not an argument, but I had a full-on debate in the car with this Argentinian Donny, yeah, because he was trying to tell me Enzo Fernandez is better than Julian Alvarez, bro. And I wasn't for having it, man. So it was fucking unbelievable, bro. Yeah, spam the L's in the chat, bro. L taxi driver. And he was driving like a fucking crazy guy. Pretty good, though. Yeah. Anyway, we'll fucking stop off on it. Right, we're going to speak to the boys about the current situation with the squad. How confident are the lads on this one? Because I'm seeing some people, boys, talk to me that sit here in a top 4 race, top 5 race going into the next season. So I want to ask you guys your opinions on that. James Trafford obviously has now officially been signed. I think we spoke about him just before I went on my holiday, but he has officially now signed for Manchester City. Is he going to be the number 1, though? We don't know yet. And according to Jack Gord, no more signings for Manchester City in this transfer window. So let me start off you, Danny. How are you sort of feeling in terms of the sort of overall squad at the moment, knowing now that we're not going to get any more players? Are you happy with the squad? Do you think it's correct that City are not going in for any more signings? What you're saying?
Overall, I'm very pleased. I think the squad is a lot larger than people give it credit for. You know, if you have 22 players in a squad, that's 2 full starting 11s. And I think we have close to 30. So we have a ridiculous amount of players. And the right back thing is an issue. It's not necessarily a crisis for me, but we just don't really have a ton of options. You know, Nunes is great going forward. We don't know how he is defensively. Kusanov, Akanji, whoever you want to put there, they're fine playing right back defensively, but if you let them go forward, it's just not as good. We don't have one complete option there, and that's a bit of an issue for me. I don't think it's as big of an issue. I don't think not having a right back is going to directly lose us the league. If we lose the league, if we get knocked out the cups, it's going to be because of a bunch of other things, like team selections and whatnot. I think we'll get on. Again, I don't think it's sustainable, but I don't think it's as much of a crisis as people give it credit for.
Yeah, I think for me, I would say I'm content with the makeup of our squad as it stands currently. Again, yes, I think we would all love to have a right back. We would all love to see some additional outgoings potentially. But I think there's enough talent there that, to your point, LB, it should not be a case of, oh, we're just trying to be top 4. We should be there and thereabouts for the league. Now, I'm not saying we're going to win it, but we should be competing there or thereabouts. So I think, yeah, is it perfect? No, there's not a number one right back that I would like to see. But, I think Nunes will do work there for us. So I think it's fine. Much like Danny said, much better than all of the hoopla on social media is trying to, I guess, not give it credit for. It's check out Paqueta news. Come on.
With that down bad speaking about Paqueta, that's not going to happen.
It's Friday in England. It's Friday in America. It's 2023 for whoever's chatting there.
Yeah.
Saturday in Australia. That guy's still living in 2023 somehow. Time's mental.
Yeah, you know what it is for me is like when it comes to the right back situation. It's just like I do think it's not great, that we've not got a right back. Obviously, I think it's poor. I don't think there's not that many options out there. Yeah, I mean, and there's by the way, Bailey, who runs the Sky Blue Times, done a fantastic spreadsheet on the top. I
saw that.
Did you see it?
Yeah,
I might pull it up actually. I don't know. I think it was quite.
I think he started with saying, "Just everyone give me a right back option, and I'll do a spreadsheet with all of them," and it's super comprehensive.
Yeah,
really?
I've seen it.
I haven't seen this. Is this on Twitter?
I'll pull it up, man. Yeah, I'll pull it up. It's on Sky Blue Times. I always say you need to follow it if you're not following it. Chat. It's a sick page, man. But I think it was quite old, so I think I might. In fact, no, I fucking found it here. Yo, come on, man. Here we go. Let me put this up on screen. So these are all the available right backs that you've sort of got that are in this option here. I'm about to let me zoom in on this one. Shout out Sky Blue Times again. Make sure you guys giving the guy a follow, yeah. Bailey, so you guys done 93-20 pod if you've not done this. So these are your options, right? 2024, 2025 options. Obviously, there were the options there. The successor to Kyle Walker. Now, some of these names I've never heard of. I'm not gonna lie. Like this fucking Vario Reed guy, never heard of him. Coyote, I think I might have heard of him.
Yeah, Brentford now.
Coyote. Oh, is he? Yeah. Martinez, yeah, I've heard of him. A couple of people in the chat. Never heard of this. El Halali. Vanderson, obviously, a lot of people in the chat are buzzing about him. Jed Spence, we've got quite a few fans of Jed Spence in the chat as well. I'm not personally mad keen on him. Apparently, he had a great game yesterday against Arsenal. Yeah. But Thiago Santos, not fully sure who he is. Bellanova, a couple of fans in the chat. Livramento, obviously, is the one that I think we should go for. Kunde, I think you're going to struggle to get him out of Barca. And then Aramburu. Siggngs, obviously, who Nobbins was shouting quite highly back in January. Xavi Rodriguez and Hanalu Sanchez. These are the right backs that are on the list, and they're all like Bar Kunde, right? They're all kind of like. Does any of these names really stand out as an option? And then you look at some of the fees that we would probably have to pay for some of these players, and like, I don't know. The point I'm trying to say is that, like, I think it's poor that we don't have a right back, but there aren't that many right backs on the market that, like, for example, right, if there was pure right backs on the market, right, and we didn't sign one, I'd be like, what the fuck is going on? And I would be losing my shit a lot more. And I'm disappointed that we don't have one. But how can I go sick when this is the list?
Yeah, is there a name on here who we could sign, and then people on Twitter wouldn't go like, "Who the hell is this guy? Why are we just signing randoms?" Because that's how it would be. You sign anyone, you sign most of the people, and some of these players are very good.
Livramento, Koundé, and for me, Livramento, Koundé, and Spence are the only names. Well, yeah, only names that I wouldn't say I knew or whatever. You know, like Vanderson, I've heard of because people on here talk about it. You know, different people like that. The Martinez at Girona, but I wouldn't know most of these people, so I don't have a strong opinion one way or the other. But to your point, no, I think our fans would be like, "Oh, that's not good enough." And I don't know that any of these people is a decisively better upgrade on.
That's another one gone apparently.
Oh, really? Yeah. So I don't know that any of these people would be like a major upgrade on Nunez, to be honest with you.
Yeah, exactly. None of them are like a major upgrade on Nunez. Well, other than the ones that we obviously can't get. So I think City are probably just gonna wait it out a year and then go for the next best. Because the thing is, right, people who are saying Vanderson's 24 years old, is at Monaco, is obtainable. Right? So if City wanted Vanderson, or they felt Vanderson was good enough, they'd get him. Yeah, putting aside obviously the problems with the homegrown issue, if we just forget that for 1 minute and focus purely on quality, if City thought he was good enough, they'd get him. So I'm sitting here thinking to myself, you can say the same for Siggngs, you can say for anyone else. So what do I think? City obviously don't think them players are good enough. Yeah, otherwise they would have signed them. Either that, yeah, or they did really have a homegrown problem, which obviously they do. But some of these players they just maybe don't think are good enough. What I think City should be doing now, yeah, and I think they probably will be doing this, is these younger players, yeah, who some of them I've not even seen play. The Reeds, Fernandes, Coyote, Martinez. I think you said one of these has gone at Brentford or something. Yeah, all the players under the age of like 23 or whatever. Scout them all. Whoever's the best one this season, go and fucking get them next summer. No fucking about. Yeah, next summer, whoever's the best one on this list, go and get them and say, right, you're mint, we're going to have you. That's what I'd do, Danny.
I mean, sure, but it depends what profile you want. Do you want like a right back, centre back profile like Koundé or Aramburu, or do you want a proper attacker like Sanchez or Thiago Santos? Because it depends. If you want an attacker, crap this season, then what do you do?
Then you're fucked again. You probably have to wait again. But I don't think we need the defensive guy because I think you've got Akanji at the club at the moment. Obviously, he might leave next summer. You've got Huzanov who could probably fill in that role if you need him to. And then you've still got Ujima Bars, who apparently plays in the back three quite a lot last season when he was wherever he went, if I remember correctly. So, no, I want an all-rounder who can get up and down that line. I don't want a defender who can play like a right-sided centre-back. I think we've got them options with Huzanov. I think Huzanov can do that, in my personal opinion. So what I'm saying is, look on this list. Whoever's the best one next summer, go bang and go and get them. And then boom, providing they are actually decent, you've got them then for 10 years or whatever. But I just think that's the situation. Like, I am gutted that we've not got a right back, and I'm a bit annoyed. But bro, what we're meant to do, sit here and go fucking sick at Viana or whatever, when literally there's no one that we can get other than Livramento. And listen, if you rate players that could have been obtainable, maybe like a Spence, who maybe could have got, then fairs. I get it. But I don't rate Spence. So I'm not going to be sitting here saying we should have got Spence. If you rate Bellanova, fair dues. If you rate some of these other players like Vanderson, I get it. Because you rate them. I don't rate them because some of them I've not seen and some of them I just don't rate. So I can't be like that. That's my opinion, Tariq. I don't know whether you think that what your thoughts are.
I'm with you, but it makes you question, or not even question, because again, I'm sure the club knows what they're doing and they have a plan. That's why we've got Viana in there. But it makes you question, well, why didn't we push harder for a Ola Aina? Why didn't we consider the 25 million pound or euro option to go get Dumfries? Which again, people will say maybe he's not necessarily a major upgrade on Nunes. I don't know, but it. The issue is if we just go get somebody, then we run the risk of a panic buy, and then we set ourselves back for a longer term plan. I think I agree with you that if we don't have the right person out there, and if Tino Livramento's that guy, if we can't get him, then don't do anything. Keep your powder dry. Wait until the right opportunity and then strike then. But be ready to move as soon as that person or that profile is available. But don't just panic buy. We'll be fine.
Yeah. It's like I say, it's just your opinion on some of these players, and like I do get it because some of these people are talking about, like, you know, if you do rate Vanderson, for example, and I've never seen the guy, then fairs, I get why you'd be a bit annoyed. If you rate Bellanova, fairs, I get why you'd be a bit annoyed. If you rate Jed Spence, which some people in the chat do, I get it. But for people who either haven't seen the players or have seen the players and just don't rate them that highly, like me with Jed Spence, I don't know. Like, I don't know, bro. I think that, I don't know, man. I think that obviously City wanted Tino, and I think all along that Newcastle knew that they was going to have problems with Isak, and that's why I think Tino Livramento would have been sold to Manchester City this summer if Isak didn't want to leave. The problem Newcastle had, I think when City was speaking to Newcastle about Tino, I think, if I'm being completely honest, I think Newcastle knew at that point that Isak wanted to leave and that they couldn't afford to sell Tino Livramento to City, because if they did and then they had to sell Isak, they'd just be fucked. So I think we just got kind of screwed. Now, I asked this morning. If Isak doesn't end up leaving, could that potentially open the door for Tino later on in the window? I mean, it doesn't look likely at this moment in time.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Could it happen? I don't know. Could City come back in with another bid? I don't know. They could, but it's doubtful. I just think that's what happened. I just think that they just refused to sell him because they knew Isak was going to leave, and they couldn't sell both of them in one window. I mean, what does that say? What does that say? So, yeah, I don't know. Keep your comments coming in. Let's see what you guys are saying on the on this. Big Up Clark says, I think both Livramento and Spence are overrated, but it's the homegrown thing. If that wasn't in the picture, they wouldn't go for Livramento. Well, that's why you could have gone for Ola if you rate him. I rate the guy. I think he's a decent player. And you could have got him for pretty cheap. He's a short-term option. Yeah. And he can compete. You know, he can compete with Nunes, and it just bolsters the squad up a little bit. If you don't rate him, fairs. But, you know, I think that would have been, personally, I think that would have been not a bad signing just to bolster the position. Because the problem with me, I've got with the right back, Aina is ass. I think Aina's a decent player, but okay. And Aina wouldn't be starting right back for me. It would be Nunes anyway. The problem with me, is not necessarily... Yeah, Selman, you're spot on. In my opinion, I agree with you. I don't think Nunes is necessarily a problem. I don't think he is the problem. My problem is that I just don't rate the backups, man. And that's just me.
You're including Rico?
Yeah.
Akanji?
I rate him as a midfielder. I just don't rate him as a right back.
Okay, Akanji.
No.
I mean, who else are you including in that list of backups?
Probably Rico and Akanji. I don't really put Huzanov there. I know he had a couple of good games, but like I don't think that's...
Well, the one saving grace is that Nunes is pretty durable as far as injuries go. I can't remember the last time he's gotten injured, if ever. So
don't jinx him, Danny.
No, but the thing is, knowing our injury luck these past couple seasons, he's getting injured against Wolves or against.
We're gonna clip this and blame you when it happens.
Yeah.
I just think for me it's more the options we've got. Like I wanted options. Like I've obviously showed you guys the list. Like there doesn't seem to be that many players on the market, and that's why for me it was more about bringing in a player that can just give us a little bit more solidity in there. Where if Nunes does get injured or you just go for a little bit of a bad phase or whatever, we can just step in a player and he can just take over for a couple of games or whatever. And that's for me what it was. And that's why I was completely open to a short-term option. I was completely open to it. Yeah, people talk about Munoz. The problem you got with Munoz, as good as he is that he's an expensive short-term option. Olorena, he only had a year left on his contract, yeah, because obviously he had the option, the 1 year clause, cheap. Dumfries, you could have got him on that clause, cheap. Munoz, I really like Munoz, but Palace got no reason to sell this guy on the cheap. So you're probably looking at 40 million, and that's an expensive short-term option. So I doubt they were going to do that. You could say that we've got the money, so why the fuck are they doing that? But that's just my take on that one.
The frustrating part for me is you talk about the backups. I feel like with Núñez on the pitch, we're probably going to play one way, where he's going to be getting forward, getting into attacking positions, bombing up and down the wing. If you then bring in, let's say, Rico, he's going to play different. If you bring in Akanji, he's even going to play different than that. So we got 3 different ways of playing with those 3 different right back options. I don't think that's a good idea. So having a backup that will allow you to, spell your primary option, but yet still play the same way, I think is important. And that's the part that's kind of, I don't say frustrating, but just confusing to me. It's like, what are we doing? But again, I'm sure they'll make it work. Or maybe we won't play that way that I think we're going to play. Maybe we'll play different. Maybe I won't even go there because I don't want to start the conversation with the chat. I don't want to do it.
Do it.
Maybe we'll start with the Kanji. Maybe it won't even be. Maybe it won't be Núñez. Maybe it will be a Kanji at right back, and we'll play with more of a defensive, and there'll be a 3 at the back in possession. And then maybe it'll just be Aït-Nouri getting forward. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe, and that is an option. The option is to play that back 3 and then just let Aït-Nouri just fucking go.
I don't get this 5 at the back, 3 at the back shout. If our defense is the issue, why would you want more defenders on the pitch? I don't get it.
They need help.
Everyone's saying our attack is amazing, our midfield's amazing. So you're compromising one of those amazing players for a defender, which you don't rate. I don't get it. 5 at the back does not mean we're going to sit in the box, park the bus, and put a line of defenders on our goal line.
Yeah, that's not how it works. And if you think about it as well, Danny, a lot of our goals that we conceded last year came from midfield being crap, not the actual defence. I know now the defence did have a lot to play in. I'm not saying they were good by any stretch of the imagination. I thought that most of them were just really, really poor. But yeah, I don't think stacking out the defensive line when you dominate the ball is the move. I think as I've said, like, people have their own like philosophies on their opinions on how football should be played. And mine personally, as a football fan, and my personal belief is that attack is legitimately the best form of defense. And that's why last year I was getting so pissed off when the team was constantly passing the ball backwards and keeping the ball. It wasn't because it was some sort of like agenda or whatever. It's because I fundamentally disagreed that was the right approach. And I think I was right, to be honest with you. Yeah, it was a rare W, in my opinion. Yeah, for my view. And that's why I much prefer players who get the ball forward. That's why I really like the signing of Tijani Reinders, because I don't think Tijani Reinders is going to be a player that's going to be passing the ball left, right. From the scout alongs that I was doing of Reinders towards the back end of last season, and they did quite a few. They did 5, 6, 7, something like that. Yeah, he was constantly trying to get that ball forward. Different types of ways of doing that, carrying the ball forward. A lot of people say, "Oh, he's Gundo 2.0." He carries the ball forward much more than Gundogan. He's more of a Gundogan Kovacic hybrid, in my opinion, with the way he carries the ball forward. He drive the ball forward with the long range passes, short term passes, 1-2s, and that. And that's why I think he's a brilliant addition to the side. Yeah, but for me, yeah, I completely agree. I don't think the way to solve our poor defence is just by stacking more players in there. You need to sort the midfield out, which will be sorted out with the recovery of Rodri, if he comes back, and hopefully he will be back. Reinders coming in there. And then just with the attack being better and pressing well. How many times did we come on streams, lads, last year and panel shows? How many times did you guys in the chat, was in a watch-alongs, player ratings, panel show stream, saying our press is absolutely washed? Yeah, because it was washed last year for large parts of it. Like, some of the times we were pressing, it was mad. Haaland, the amount of times Haaland just stopped pressing because there was no point in pressing because no one else was pressing near him. If that improves, all starts from the front for me. Starts with Haaland at the top. I need him to work hard. I think there were times last year that maybe he could have worked harder. He needs to get back to working 100%. The boys behind him, the attackers, the wingers, they need to be on it. And then obviously the midfielders. And if that happens, I'm telling you now, 90% of your problems are solved defensively anyway. And, you know, the other 10% can be solved with either players like Diaz getting back to the best, yeah, or if Trafford gets back in and, you know, gets the number one spot, making some saves and that and helping us out. Starts from the front for me, boys. It really does.
Absolutely. And that's why we've brought in Pep Blinders. He's already... Again, people are choosing to forget the first 3 games of the Club World Cup. Our press looked a lot better. Sure, we got played there a couple of times. Our press looked great against Juve. Our press looked pretty good against Al Ain when we actually needed it. We kept the ball for most of that game anyway. And again, our counter pressing has been so much better. Just Al Hilal, just everything sort of went wrong, and people choose to focus on the negatives. That's what I've noticed, sadly, being on social media these past few months. So I don't know. I don't think our crisis is as unsolved as people think it is. I think we're making the right steps. Maybe we're not. But
there were definitely progress. There was definitely progress in the Club World Cup. You can't deny that. There was definitely some games and some moments that you could see that we were miles better. I think the thing with the Al Hilal game was just the way that we played in that second half. Just reminded everybody of last season. It was like, I think for a lot of people felt, and myself included, I felt that performance wasn't in the locker anymore. I thought we'd moved on from that. That's why I was a bit disappointed with it. But you know, there was loads of, you know, positives coming out from that. It's just will the positives outweigh the negatives? We will see. Let me come to some of these super chats. Big up to Tim Say, bro. What are you saying, man? Says, does anybody know how fucked up we are? Liverpool are going to 3-peat it. This guy, bro. So
he's already given away.
They've got a 2-peat first.
And I'll say he's already given away 2 Premier Leagues.
Yeah, I know.
Come on,
I know.
man.
I didn't say you're a funny guy, bro. I can't lie. It's just like he fucking just on it all the time. The season's not even started, and he's saying we're going to lose it this year and next year. Come on, bro. Never changed since. Big up Walter, is it? Big up to you, bro. It says, do you think you won't spend all because Pep leaving soon and they want money to build squad for a new manager coming in 1 or 2 years? Big up you all. Tarek, I'll let you take that one, bro.
So in my opinion, I would say no. If you look at the profile of the players that we've bought, they're all young. They're all bought with the eye towards being able to grow with the squad as we continue on. And I don't think that the way that we play is going to change once Pep leaves. Of course, it may not be exactly the same, but I think what we've tried to implement at the club level is, hey, this is our style of play, and this is who we're going to be. Pep may come and go, and maybe he's the one that originated a lot of it, but yet we're going to still play the same way. So I think we're going to go look for a manager that will be able to fit with these players. Of course, you supplement here and there, but I don't think it'll be a full scale, bring in a new manager and we're going to change up the whole system, change up all the playing staff and everybody. No, that's I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that's we've spent too much time and invested too much energy into this style of play to just let it all blow it all up and start over. So I think that, again, we did spend money in the summer window. We spent money in January. So to say, well, maybe we're not spending because Pep may be leaving, I just don't see that. Whenever Pep leaves, we will have money to spend for whoever, to bring in. But
bro,
I just
don't
see
cash. We're rich as fuck, mate. Yeah. If City aren't spending money, it's not because we don't have the money available. We're one of the most profitable clubs on the planet. In the last 6 years, maybe changed now, but the last 6 years, we've sold the second highest amount of players on player trading profit. So we have the money. Yeah. The question is, I just don't think they see the talent. I don't think they see the talent. Maybe because we've just got the list up at the right backs. I don't think City are gonna gamble on players that they don't see it. And let's be honest, they gambled on Huzanov, they've gambled on Vita Hayes. So obviously, if they felt that Martin Fernandez, for example, was good enough, I think they would have signed him. I think they've not signed him because they don't think he's good enough. Same can be said with all of them. Then you go, okay, well, do you get a short-term option like a Olayena, a Dumfries? They obviously just, again, have decided they don't want to do that. Now, for me, I would have got a short-term option, but I don't run a fucking football club, boys. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think City are not spending, bro, because they don't, we're waiting for Pep to go and save the money, because we've got the money. They're not spending because they don't they don't see where they can spend the money or whatever. You know what I mean? I think next summer, I think we're going to spend a lot of money then. Another goalkeeper will be needed, yeah, because Ederson and Ortega will both be gone by that point. A centre-back might be needed. Right back will probably be needed. Another midfielder will be needed. And maybe a winger will be needed. So it's not because of that.
Oh, yeah. Next summer is going to be even more crazy than this one.
Yeah.
It's a conversation for way down the line. But my God, the job's not done yet. The job's nowhere close to done. But for now, I think it's fine. It's not sticky plaster, but it's fine. It's all right.
Nah, facts, bro. But he also says then there is zero reason you don't sign Rodrigo.
I'm not having this discussion again.
I just don't think City need him, to be honest with you. Like, I'd take him, but I don't think we need him. Like, we've got Marmoush, yeah. He'll play in that position.
Yeah, Rodrigo doesn't fit in one of the areas where we have a need. So we have a surplus, a glut of people that can play across our attacking positions. And so on the left side, like you said, you've already listed off Marmoush, you got Doku, and again, people may not feel Doku or even Savio or whatever, but we have players there. I don't think it makes sense to go spend another 100 million on a player that may or may not be getting to your starting 11. It just doesn't make sense.
No, I agree. I'd take him if you can get him, but you'd have to let Doku, Savio go. You'd have to let one of them go, to be honest. Our biggest problem this season will be Fraudiola and his overthinking. Cough, no Rodri, 2021 UCL final. He has to get back on it, bro, because last year, I think, to be honest, I think it's fair to say last year was probably Pep's worst season in management. I think he made a lot of errors and we spent a lot of money. You know, I mean, 175 in January, whatever it was, another 115 this summer. And the squad should be competing for the Prem. So there's no excuses, really. And I said this morning, but I don't personally agree with this, because people are trying to tell me that we're in a top 4 race. I can't see how we can be in a top 4 race. And for me,
we're not.
No, I don't see it.
It's not going to be, and if we are, it's not going to be because we're missing a right back. It's not important enough of a position for us to completely implode because of it.
No, exactly. And the point that I was making this morning, I don't know if you guys would have been in bed probably. But yeah, the point that I was making this morning is if City are in a top 4 race next year, either Pep's fucked up or a lot of the players are massively, massively underperforming. And like the players that we've been speaking about, the like the Diaz's who we're hoping gets back on it. Bernardo, who's captain in the side, Haaland, maybe, who didn't have a great year last year, Foden. We're literally saying every single one of these players is just washed. Otherwise, how can we be in the top 4 race? I just don't see how we can be in a top 4 race. I really struggle to see that. So I'm not having the top 4. I think City will be in a title race. Will we win it? I don't know. If we're in a top 5 race next year, I think something's going majorly wrong. Majorly wrong. So that's what I'm saying. Smash these likes up anyway. If you've not done so already, smash the likes. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel as well if you're new. Let me know what you guys are thinking. What do you guys think when you hear the comments about City in a top 5 race? I mean, do either of you guys think that we are going to maybe potentially be struggling again? Like last season, we were struggling to get in the top 4. Do either of you guys think that, or do you both think that we will comfortably get top 4? Because I think we'll comfortably get it personally.
Oh, I think we will too. I don't think, aside from us, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, is there any team that could really threaten us in the top 4? Probably not.
There's always a surprise, right? But
no,
I don't think that we have any issue or there's no reason for concern about being in the top 4 or, God forbid, top 5. There's no reason to think of that. Again, we had a really poor season last year, and we still were in top 3. So I genuinely
that was my
don't
point.
I don't think we will be I don't think we will be as bad last year or this year as we were last year. We will be much improved, and I think top 4 is not even. Again, in my mind, we're competing for titles. Now, maybe we don't win them, but we should be there and thereabouts on all fronts. That's just me.
I agree. I said the same thing this morning. I don't see how you can finish 3rd in a bad season. And in my opinion, it was a really bad season. We lost more games last year than we did in the 2 previous seasons combined. How the hell are you going to go from 3rd, 13 points off Liverpool, even though they were on the beach for the last few games, to somehow then improving your squad hopefully getting players
Right.
back to a better level, and then somehow staying the same or getting worse. I just don't see it, man.
And the teams that just about missed out last year have gotten categorically worse. Newcastle are having the worst summer I've seen in absolutely ages from a team that's meant to contend.
Yeah,
Villa's
not. Yeah, exactly.
Villa have stagnated. Chelsea, sure. I'm seeing people saying United. What are we doing there?
Exactly.
Based on what though?
But,
based on what? 2 preseason games against a Bournemouth team who are acting like sellers at an MLB trade deadline. They've done nothing. Yeah. They've sacked off their entire defense. They haven't brought in any replacements except for maybe Trafford, who's all right. What are we doing here?
And even like for me, like the biggest risk in our squad, yes, you could talk about right back, but the biggest risk was going to be who our keeper was going to be if Ederson left, because that was a big change. Ederson stayed. So at least as of now, he's not going anywhere. So I don't anticipate him leaving. So we have the ability to have that transition with him and Trafford. If we would have just said, Trafford, you come in, you're the number one right from the beginning, that would have been a little risky. I probably would have been a little uncomfortable, but I trust, management. I trust them to bring in the right player. So at least in this case, we still have Ederson there as Trafford eases his way into the squad, into game day lineups and all that kind of stuff. So I think for me, that was the biggest risk. And by keeping Ederson, you've taken that off the table. I don't think we have major areas of concern, except for, like I said, and I don't even say it's a major area of concern. Right back is not a major area of concern, in my opinion. So I think we're fine.
We've won plenty of titles without a left back. We won a title without We won a title without a striker. After everyone melted down, why didn't we sign Kane? Why didn't we sign Ronaldo? We still won the league. We got 95 points that year, and that's a problem position. A right back, again, one of the probably least consequential areas on the pitch.
Yeah, how much do you think this is maybe just like we're sitting here, yeah, and obviously we're watching Liverpool sign Verts. They might get Isak. Obviously, we don't know what's going on there. Like, will they get him? And obviously they won the league, so you have to respect them there. I think a lot of it's like that, but you know what? It probably is as well. Yeah, I think we made our signings so early that because we've then not done anything for ages and we've just watched like Liverpool sign players and we watched other teams sign players, but it almost like, why are we not fucking signing anybody? We did sign 3 players.
We signed 3 players in 1 week, and it's created the disillusion that that's the speed a window's meant to go out. This is just a normal speed of an average transfer window. We're not being slow, we're just being average now. Yeah. We've made 4 or 5 signings. I mean,
no, I agree.
Again, we're suffering from our own success in the first week of the window. We signed 3 players. And again, our fans think this is how it works. We have to sign 3 players a week.
And we had to, because we had to be decisive before we went to Club World Cup, right? Yes. All of that stuff makes perfect sense if you just deep it. And I just need people to calm down a little bit. Think about it. It's like we don't have to panic about everything. But again, I think, I don't know if this is a word, LB, for you guys over there, but like in the US, we talk about the off season in sports. The season's not going on. It's the off season. And we're seeing, quote unquote, Liverpool win the off season. And people are getting all up in arms. Man, it doesn't matter until they're on the pitch and they're playing games and we see what they do, because there's no guarantee any of this stuff works out. None of these players are guaranteed to hit. It's just, while we think they probably will, yes, but there's no guarantee until you see it actually on the pitch. Because I remember when they told me that Darwin Núñez was going to be the equal to Haaland, and then we see what happened.
And I
pushing him out to go get.
I tweeted this a couple days ago. Liverpool got 99 points and added the second best midfielder in the world back in 2020. They got sucked into a top 4 race. 5 years later, they're still 1 Van Dijk injury away from being totally derailed. It's been 5 years. They still haven't signed adequate center back depth. In fact, they've gotten worse. They've lost Matip. They've not really signed. They've lost Kwanzaa as well. They've got like 3 center backs on their roster, and one of them Joe Gomez. Again, I don't think there's this much of a disparity between the 2 squads as people want to make out.
Let me ask you, let me try and move. In fact, let me just do the super chats before I sort of move onto a different topic. Shout out to Man of Agitio says, do you think Nico G is the one who's going to replace Rodri at no, he's not a 6. He said he's not a 6. And I think you've seen from his performances that he's probably not a 6. He can probably fill in and do a couple of games, but he's not a 6. So no. I think they'll go for Wharton next year. That's what I think they'll do. I think they'll go for Wharton. I'm going to be watching Wharton quite a lot this year, man, because I got bare unlucky last year. Every time I watched him, he was shit, apart from the FA Cup final when he was absolutely incredible.
I still remember your watch along when we beat him 5-2. Can Morton take a corner? Yes, he can. 2-0.
He can take a corner. Yeah. But honestly, bro, like he didn't even play well in that game either. Like he actually didn't. Like, and people said I was forcing it. I genuinely wasn't even forcing it. Every time I watched the guy, he was bang average, bro. I'll be honestly, seriously. And then as soon as I got to the FA Cup final, I was like, I know he's going to drop a world class performance. He was class. Big up Walter as well, man. Yo, big up for the super chats, like, I appreciate it. Big up to you, mate. Where are you guys at with the sort of like speediness, of getting some of these players out of the team? Because at the moment, obviously, the squad is very bloated, and a lot of people are worried, and I kind of get it a little bit, but at the same time, I personally don't think it's going to happen. With getting some of the older players out of the club, I see a lot of people always saying to me on the comments, DMs on Instagram, on Twitter, saying, "LB, you're delusional. You think Pep's not going to be playing Ilkay Gundogan and Kovacic and Akanji? It's not going to happen." Personally, I don't think that's going to happen. I think first of all, I think the likes of Gundogan and Kovacic will be moved on. But even if they don't get moved on, and maybe we move someone else on or do a couple of lows, I don't think Pep is going to play these players next season anyway. But Danny, I'll start with you. Like, are you sort of sitting here saying why we're not selling these players, why we're not moving them on? Are you more chill? Do you think it's going to happen? Just takes time, or what's your opinion on it?
I'm slightly more concerned than I was a couple of weeks ago. But then again, I don't think we have much evidence to suggest Pep will play these players. Club World Cup, Reinders played every game, I thought, unless he didn't play against Al Ain, but that was a total rotation game. Again, we saw more players than we're used to seeing in the Club World Cup. I think he knows he has a big squad now. I think he knows he has players to choose from. If we go to Palermo, I don't think will be anything to build off of either. If we go down to Molineux and I see Gundogan, Kovacic, Bernardo on the team, I'll be a little bit concerned. But for now, I don't think there's enough evidence to suggest he's not going to use the players. In fact, I think there's more evidence to suggest he will use more of his squad based on what we saw in the World Cup.
I can't see it. I'm saying I don't think it's going to happen, because if it happens, I personally think it's a fucking joke if that happens. I think if I see Gundogan or Kovacic starting, in midfield, I think that's poor, like mad poor.
Concerning.
Like,
very concerning.
Yeah, but like, what the fuck's going on here? Like, you got Reinders, but I don't think that's going to happen. Now, if it does happen, I'll be like, yo, what the fuck? I don't think they're going to be here. I think Gundogan and Kovacic will both be moved on. Personally, I think they'll both end up leaving. I think Kovacic will go like Saudi or something, and I think Gundogan will probably go Turkey. You know what I mean? So, but I don't know, man. Like, I'm getting to the point now where I'm like, no one's leaving. Like, I thought someone would have left by now, other than Kevin De Bruyne and Scott Carson. So I'm now starting to get into the position of like, hang on a minute, like, come on now. The window's been open now for what, like 7 or 8 weeks? Still no one's gone?
Yeah, I was expecting them to be out by now, or a lot of them, some of them, a good group of them to be out by now. But the reality is there's no reason for them to move. If you're them, Pep's third law. There's no reason to go anywhere. You just stay here and I think the plan was, we are going to tell these players, you are not going to play. We're going to, in the case of Stones, you're not going to play any minutes in the Club World Cup. In the case of in the case of Grealish, you're not even going to go to the Club World Cup. So I just think that ultimately we thought they were going to leave on their own, but they're content to just sit there and take this last year.
Yeah. That's
the question is, why would a Stones want to stay? And the issue is there a market for John Stones? Not because he's not a good enough player, but because he's not a healthy enough player.
No.
So
he wants to stay. He can make money without playing.
Yeah. And again, the question was, does it impact his ability to be in the conversation for the World Cup coming up? Everybody that's English is telling me that he's going to be in the conversation anyway. So again, why leave?
Yo, Joe, check this out. It's just come out now. I see extra.
Nah, John Stones just left. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
Man City have sent word that Lucas Paqueta remains on their radar despite not having made an approach for the midfielder. I don't think that's legit.
I just don't see how it would help us at all.
Yeah, I don't think
Not
that's
this year,
legit
but would you take him if like once Gundo's gone, once Kova is gone, once Bernardo is gone, would you bring him in next year? Because those people are going to be gone next year. Would you bring him in as a squad option next year?
How old is he now?
He's
I have no
27.
idea.
I can't.
Great age. Yeah, he's 27. He's 28 in back end of this month, actually. Nah, I personally wouldn't. I personally wouldn't get him in, man. I think I would have had him at the time. Yeah, I would have had him at the time. I thought at the time, I think he would have been a good signing. But like, yeah, David, you're right, man. Honestly, I'd rather put my stonks into Messi, mate. Like, I'll be real. I know Lucas Paqueta can like do a job on the left. He's more aggressive. He can probably do an 8 job if you wanted him to. But
That's what I was thinking. Was you
We're
playing as
so
an 8?
fixated on signing someone. Just bring in Gibbs White next summer. I think Gibbs White would benefit us a lot more than Paqueta would for a variety.
And he's English.
That's one of the reasons. Yeah.
yeah, no, I think that's. I don't think that's legit, to be honest with you. Yeah, I don't think that's true. I think that's probably a freaking fake news, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't see it. But anyway, what was the pick about then before that just come up then? I can't remember. Anyway, smash these likes up, guys, if you've not done so already. LB, why are you hating on him? I know I like Paqueta, bro. I would have took Paqueta 2 years ago. I was mad like on it, saying yeah. The fee would have been crazy. Looking back, I think the fee would have been wild, but I think he would have been a great signing for us. And I think I spoke about it this morning, but I think he would have been legit class, man, like for City. So yeah, that's where I'm at with that one. Yeah,
If you're him, you got to figure out who you sue for all of that.
Facts.
Because you had an option to come to City. You were almost guaranteed to be coming to City, and then they took that away from you. And now you find out that it was for nothing. That kind of sucks if you're him.
Yeah, but Ian, I said this morning, bro. The guy's been under this mad investigation for the last 2 years. The guy's head's not been in the game, bro. He's every time he stepped on that pitch, he's like, I'm cooked. This is the last game I'm going to play. I don't really think you can read into it. That's not the reason I don't want him. I just don't want him because I think we've moved on from it, Ian, personally. But yeah, he's been average at best at the last couple of years anyway. Yeah, exactly. Zohib, yeah, he's been fucked in it. Mentally, he's been fucked. But there's no surprise he's been mentally fucked, mate. Like, I've been mentally fucked, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, every time you step on that pitch, you go on that pitch knowing that this could be the last time I kick a ball. Like, so, you know, it's kind of fucked, man. Like, I feel like it's sad for the guy, man. He would have had a Premier League under his belt. Yeah, he would have won a Premier League. He'd be playing in Manchester, playing under Pep Guardiola. A nice career, just fucked. But like, it is what it is. At the same time, like, if the authorities, felt like they had to investigate him, then what can they do? They can't just be like, oh, well, you're going to get a transfer, so we'll just investigate you for potential gambling fraud. Like, they had to investigate him. Maybe, I don't know if there's a better way. I think they need to look at it and like try and work out if there's a better way. There might not be a better way, but is there a way where you can protect them players? Because I always say this, right, but footballers have short careers. Footballers get a lot of stick, yeah, because they get a load of money. Yeah, they drive flash cars and all this kind of shit, and they cheat on the wives all the time and all that kind of crap, yeah. But at the same time, yeah, these football players have short careers, and I think a lot of people forget that. Yeah, you got maximum 13 years at the top level, maximum. And that's if you break through pretty early, yeah, and have a relatively, good career. Now, a lot of these players are breaking through earlier these days at 17, 18, 19, but then the careers are ending by the time they're 27, a lot of these players. So it's still 10 years. And this is why I don't begrudge players leaving City and going playing football from the academy rather than waiting. And this is why I say to people all the time when they're like, they should do the Foden. I'm like, nah, you're thinking far too much from a selfish City fan point of view. These players, if they got an option to go and play for Dortmund and start week in, week out for Dortmund, a gigantic club, yeah, they're going to do it rather than playing in that Premier League 2, which is crap. That's what they're going to do. So yeah, that's just one of the things. That's just is what it is. Because that Premier League 2 is crap, isn't it, Danny?
It is pretty bad. Yeah,
it's mad limited. It's not.
Especially since they've taken away the whole relegation thing, so there's no stakes to it anymore.
Bro, it's just dead, man. It's just dead. I think if you're like a 16-year-old who gets pushed up the age brackets and you're playing with like players 4 years older than you, yeah, you can be some benefit. As soon as you start getting to 18, 19, you're cooked.
Why doesn't?
Go on.
No, I was just gonna say, why doesn't England allow you to have like a B team, kind of like in Spain, that maybe you can only go to League 2 at highest, and then whatever, but at least you could play men's football.
I suggested that, and everyone rinsed them for it. Remember that was like 4 years ago.
Because it destroy the football pyramid.
The issue I have with PL2 is too many teams use it for like rehab assignments. When someone comes back from a long-term injury, they just send them down to play in PL2, and it feels like
Tom Huddleston playing for United at like 4.
Yeah, but he was like a player manager. They also had Paul McShane, I think, the year after.
Yeah, so they don't take it seriously. If you're having Tom Huddleston play for your academy team at the age of 37 or whatever it was,
I want to say he scored against us once in PL2.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
he did score against us. Fucker. Yeah, he had a rocket, by the way. As a right foot.
I know. Back at Tottenham and back at home.
Yeah, back at Spurs, bro. He had a powerful shot on him, man. Powerful shot. But yeah, there's too many teams in England to do that. I don't know in Spain whether they've got less football teams in the country, but England's got so many fucking teams. And they get numbers, bro. Like, I got like quite a few mates who are Oldham fans, man. And you should see the numbers these guys are taking. Now, if all of a sudden City have a team, United have a team, it fucking puts them. It'll put them further down. It'll just destroy teams. The amount of teams that go bust from it is. But I remember that when Pep suggested that, and they fucking stitched him up because they asked him a question. They asked him the question, and he answered the question by saying, "Well, a way that you could do it is by putting B teams in." But then he said, "But you can't do that in this country because of the way that the pyramid is," and they still cooked him for it. And it was like, you asked him the question, he gave you the answer, and then he actually said, "You can't do that though in this country because of the way football is," and they still roasted him for it. You can't suggest that. It's like, idiots. Anyway, big up to City Stars. 5 months says fans don't have a problem with Unks if there was a guarantee reduced roles, but the fans see the favouritism in Pep. If Pep could, Bernardo Silva would play all 11. This is why a lot of fans are worried though, isn't it, City Star? Because a lot of fans are saying like, is Pep going to stick with some of these older players who respectfully can't do it anymore at the top level when you've just signed all these new players? Now, I don't think he is, other than Bernardo, but he's obviously going to do it with Bernardo. He's just made him fucking captain, mate. So you got to accept the Bernardo one. But Bernardo's slightly different because he's a bit younger. And yes, he wasn't good last year. I thought he was very bad last year. Very, very bad, yeah. But like, he might get back at it. Like, there is a potential. Whereas Gundogan's not going to get any better. He's 35 in 2 months, mate. It's not suddenly going to get to 35 and then go back to prime Gundogan, is it? Whereas you might be able to get Bernardo. If Bernardo Silva put in a good performance this year and you're like, fucking hell, he was good this year, no one's going to be shocked. No one's going to be going, oh my God, I couldn't see that happening. He's only 30 years old. What are we doing here? Whereas if Gundogan put in a prime Gundogan performance game after game after game, like he did in treble year, I would be shocked to be like, yo, the guy's 35 doing a madness.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where I'm at with that one. Shout out to City Star. Shout out to Second City State. It says Liverpool have no depth, not worried. That is.
I agree with that. I mean, not no depth, but are there depth?
They don't. Yeah, like their back line, I think, is where they struggle. I mean, they have a million and a half attackers, but.
And even then, people say, "Oh, they're gonna have Isak and Ekitike." Hey, we have Holland and Marmoush. Relax. It's level 10. It's not better for us.
Yeah, 100%, man. 100%.
I don't get the whole panic around Isak when we have someone just as good, if not better.
I'll be honest with you, boys. Yeah, I think Isak's overrated, man. I honestly do. I think he's overrated. I'll be real with you, boys. I'm not saying he's shit. I think he's a very good striker, and I think he's top 5 strikers in the world. Yeah, but I don't think he comes anywhere near close to Haaland, bro.
No,
bro. Haaland just had his shittest year in Manchester City, and he still outscored Isak if you take penalties out. Or like was on the same as him or something. And Haaland last year was his bad. I'm not saying he's crap. I think he's a great striker. I think he's one of the best in the world. But I think I don't think he comes anywhere close to Haaland. I'll be real with you. I'll be real. You think he's close to Haaland? I don't think he's close to Haaland. I'm taking Haaland 10 times out of 10 over Isak every single day of the week.
Mate, Steve, relax, man. We know you have a season ticket in the carpet.
I'm taking Haaland. I'm taking Haaland too, but I have a feeling that there will be somebody that'll try to pull that clip up because he'll have a great game and then they'll say, see, LB said he da. So that's the only I kind of chuckled because I was like, you're kind of setting yourself up. But I think that I don't think he's Haaland level. I don't know that he's worth 150 million pound, but if I'm Newcastle, that's what I'm holding out for. I need 150, not even like 140 plus 10 and whatever, but I need to get to 150. And if you don't bother me.
Go on, boys, we'll do it for the thumbnail. Oh my God. Man City are not planning to include James McAtee, Jack Grealish, or Calvin Phillips in their squad for the season. What?
By the way, this is
no way.
This is half the time. Every time someone spams City extra bomber, half the time it's something like this, and people act like it's some huge news.
I know.
Come on,
guys. Nah, it's crazy. Now, now and again, someone in the chat will be like, "LB, do you think Grealish might stay?" And I'm like, "No, Pep didn't even take him. Yeah, on the Club World Cup tour. Like, what we saying, bro? How the fuck? Yeah, are you trying to ask me this question? He didn't even go. You know how mad that is? The guy didn't even get took. Like, I know Stones went, and didn't get a single minute, which is pretty mad. Yeah, but at least he went. At least he actually went to America. Jack Grealish didn't even go to America. The guy was in Greece, bro. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's a madness. Obviously, McAtee, again, decided that he wanted to go to the tournament. Yeah. With England, so he didn't go. Again, that's a pretty good sign. And freaking Calvin Phillips, Jesus. Yeah. One of the worst signings his football club's ever made in its history. Yeah. Terrible signing. Yeah. But there you go. That's that one. And people saying what's going to happen with Grealish. We've said it bare times. Guy will get to last week of the window and someone will take him on a loan and we'll pay half of his wages. If anyone pays actual money, then we're going to get they're stupid. Sorry. What are you saying?
No, I'll say, did you have it up earlier? I saw maybe I was looking at Twitter, but it was like they would take less than half of what we paid for him. So like basically less than 50, like probably 40, something like that they would take to move him on.
Apparently, he owes us on the PSR thing. He's worth about like 40 million or something.
Okay.
Well, it's like 40 or 45 million. So if you sell him for 40 or 45 million, PSR wise, you just go
break
neutral.
Even.
Yeah, you break even. Obviously, you've lost 60 mil, but PSR wise, you just break even because obviously it's amortized in it. So, but who the fuck's paying 40 million for Grealish?
Yeah, that's the issue.
Like, bro, no one's paying 40 million for him. I'd be stunned if anyone pays 40 million for this guy. He went a year without scoring, bro. Like, nah, no one's going to do that. Someone will take him on loan, though. Someone will take him on loan. And if it's the thing, sit here in a rock and a hard place now, because what do? You can't, if a club comes to try and buy Grealish and says, we'll what you're saying, City go, well, 40 million, they're going to go, but he's not worth 40 million. Yeah, he is. How is he worth 40 million? Pep don't even want to take him on a tour. He didn't score a goal in a year. He played less minutes than, he played 1,200 minutes in the whole season.
40 million for most clubs as a starting player. Where does he start? That's what you have to ask yourself.
Yeah, I just think he'll be loaned.
You look up and down the Premier League. I don't know where he'd start. There's maybe a couple clubs. Even Sunderland. I think Adingra's on his level, maybe even better. I mean, it's just hard to sell him.
Yeah,
maybe any chance he ends up in Napoli?
In Italy with all the English players that go
I'll say any chance that he ends up in Napoli.
I don't know.
So I know that's where he was training, right? Wasn't he training over there?
There was a rumor saying that Napoli were interested in him, but I don't know what the relationship likes with. Obviously, we didn't have a relationship with De Bruyne. He just went there, but obviously, City and Napoli previously have had issues on transfers, so I don't know how that would work. Napoli probably asked City to pay the full wages, knowing them. So yeah, I don't know how that's going to work, but yeah, I don't know where he's going to go, man. But yeah, he's not going to stay, mate. He's not going to stay. No way. He needs to go for his own sake, to be honest with you. Then McAtee, obviously, there was rumours saying that Forest bid 25 million. I was quite surprised to see the firm stance that came out from City to say that they wanted 42.5 or close to that. That's obviously what we saw Palmer for. I don't think you're going to get anywhere near 42.5, if I'm being completely honest. I think if you get 30 million with a buyback, I think that's a good deal. We definitely need to put a buyback clause in there, just in case he turns out to be fucking mint, which he could do because he is a good player. As you know, Danny's seen him a lot in the academy. I've seen him a lot in the academy. He's a top player.
Yeah, good player.
Definitely put a buyback in there. But if you can get 30 million, that's straight profit, bang, chilling. And you know, if you actually look at our net spend this summer, it's not even that much, you know. Yeah, because we spent like 115 million quid this summer. Yeah, you're gonna sell McAtee for 30. Yeah, you got a sell-on clause from Delap. There's a couple of others that you've sold.
You got Yankuto's a solid 25 himself.
Yeah, Yankuto come through. Perone's come through. Bro, we're probably going to do about 30 mil in net spend. I know net spend's not like a legit thing, right? You know what I mean? But it also is kind of. So the money's available if we wanted to spend it. I just don't think there's anyone that we want to buy, to be honest with you. Oh, yeah, Simpson Pusey as well. I think he's going to Celtic, no?
I think that's a good move.
That's where I think. I think that's a good move.
As long as he plays.
Yeah, he needs to play. I don't know enough about Celtic's current team to know whether
I think they just sold the centre back. They had some guy called like Lagerbilka, and I saw him play for some different team a couple of days ago. So I'm not sure how recently they sold him, but hopefully he gets minutes. Yeah. I think he could.
Nah, defo. Smash these likes up, yo. Big up Hamish as well. Just been Santi best week of my life. Come on. Big up to you, bro. Where are you guys at with the current goalkeeping situation? Obviously, we have 4 goalkeepers right now. Sorry, let me start with you.
Yeah, I like the idea. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
No, just what do you think is going on?
I like the idea of Ederson staying. I think it gives it means that Trafford doesn't have to come in and be goalkeeper number 1 right from the beginning. He can kind of work his way in. I fully expect that by the end of the season, he will be the undisputed number 1 probably, but it gives him a chance to work his way there. And if for whatever reason, Ederson's head's not in it or he's not on his game or whatever, we have the option to make that move. But I think if you put him in just from right from the beginning and let's say Ederson was gone and he's thrown in as the number 1, it puts a lot of pressure on his shoulders. Because I do think he is going to make mistakes. Let me just put that out there. He's going to make mistakes. And as a fan base, we have to allow him to continue to grow. He is not the finished article. What is he, 22?
Yep.
Yeah. So he's still super young, especially for a goalkeeper. And we need to give him minutes so he can play, so he can learn, so he can continue to grow. He can just become accustomed to the weight of playing for City. But I don't have any concerns about him long term, at least not yet. But I do think he's going to make mistakes, and I just hope that as a fan base we don't kill him, exactly. like we have recently with Ederson. Maybe Ederson brought some of that on his own. I don't know, but I just think as a fan base we've been very reactionary, and it just frustrates me. But I hope that we give him a chance to just work his way in.
I think to just put it bluntly, I'm not someone who says Ederson now. I'm not someone trying to kick him out of the club. But at the same time, I think Trafford's leash needs to be so much longer than Ederson's at the moment. And
would you start him day 1 though?
I personally would. I'm not going to throw my toys out the pram if Ederson's. I would.
Go on. What's your reasoning behind that then?
Mate, he's taking the number 1 shirt. You got to start him, man. I know Bravo had the number 1.
No, you don't have to start him just because he's got number 1. And no, you don't. Give me a real reason.
Mate, he's come in here. They've made a hope that I don't know. I just think you need to trust him.
I don't know, man. For me personally, yeah, I start Ederson, yeah. And I'll be real with you boys, yeah. It is on a respecting, yeah. It's not even on a equality thing because Ederson's been poor for me for the last 16 months. But I respect Ederson for everything he's done. But I'm telling you now, I'm telling him straight up, if you don't improve, rapid, you're getting dropped and Trafford's my number 1. The problem that I've got with that strategy is that if Ederson doesn't get better and he's still playing like he was in the Club World Cup or even last season, you then changing goalkeeper.
That's my concern. That's my concern. Yeah. If he starts at Molineux and he doesn't pattern up, how long is his leash going to be? If his leash is too long, I'm very concerned. If Pep takes 1-2 months to drop him, then yikes.
Yeah, no, that's the problem. And if you think back to Mancini's first year at City, his first full year at City, and he had this with Shea Given and Joe Hart.
Joe Hart, yep.
And he made the decision, the brave call. It was a brave call because Shea Given was a top goalkeeper to drop Shea Given and go with Joe Hart as his number one. And it was a brave call, but obviously one that worked out. And obviously Joe Hart was fantastic. I don't know, man. Like, honestly, part of me does want to just go with Trafford. I don't know, man. I'm just like, fucking hell, that Ederson's career, man. It's just like the last 18 months he's rough, and he's getting dropped for a 22-year-old, man.
My question for you is, if you're not starting Trafford day one, when are you starting him? When does he become ready to get starts?
Well, I think he's ready already.
So why would you start him then?
Because you got Ederson. You got Ederson.
For me, I would, again, I'm with you. I don't think that it's a matter of him not being ready. I just want to ease him in. And maybe that's me trying to protect the young kid. And that has been the issue for Pep, right? He's been trying to protect our young players and overprotect them. And it's gotten us in issues because we've overplayed our unks, quote unquote. So I'm doing the same thing that maybe I kind of give Pep some grief about. I'm trying to protect him and ease him in. But, the back half of the season, if he's like playing most of I have no problem with that. But again, I just think it's for me, it's just about protecting him and not, overprotecting kids is bad for the girl. I agree.
What does easing him in look like to you?
For me, I would be okay if he was the cup keeper all season, to be honest with you. But if he comes in, let's say 2 months into the season, if he's the better keeper, then I don't have no problem playing him at that point. And maybe even at the first month. I mean, again, I just need time to just get accustomed to it.
It's not even about Trafford for me. I think Trafford can come in and be the number one, no problem. Cool. Yeah. Let's see what happens, innit? But I'm looking at who should I go into the number one, assuming that Ederson's playing well in training and he's not just fucking letting goals in left, right, and centre. I would go Ederson. But it is a sentimental thing.
Sure.
100%. Because based off the last 18 months, he doesn't really deserve to be the number one goalkeeper, yeah? But I'm making it very clear to him that, bro, like your leash or whatever Danny was saying, yeah, you make it. I need to see you get back to your best, mate. And if you're not there, you dropped. Trafford's coming in. Like there's only so much, sentimentality goes into it. But at the same time, like I don't really want to do that. So part of me, I'm very split on it. To be honest with you, I am very split on it.
I do think he needs to play because we have to know if he's going to be good enough for next season. So he does need to play because otherwise we need to not just get a backup keeper. We need to get a first keeper if he's not going to be good enough. So he needs to play. But
in Champions League games, Tariq.
That's what I'm saying. There are games that he can play that doesn't have to be him. Like when it gets to the end of the season, if it's like a 50-50 split or 60-40, I'm perfectly fine with that. But he absolutely needs to play. We need to be able to see. Somebody said, "Oh, well, play him starting from the beginning. If he flops, then you can always throw Ederson back in." Well, but then he's completely at that point. If he flops, he never comes back. I think we've lost him at that point, and that's why I want to ease him in. Now, maybe that's not the right approach. I don't know. That's why I'm not a manager. I'll just sit back here and talk.
If by some miracle we start the season off with Ederson and Ederson absolutely slams it, then how does Trafford get it?
By some miracle.
Well, he still has those cup games. He still has those lower level Champions League matches. So I mean, there's games for him. The same games that Ortega was playing.
Yeah.
It's like not like those games go away.
I don't know, man. Like, I guess I'm looking for the perfect scenario, innit? You know what I mean? But I don't know. I don't know. And then, yeah, Lamar, you're right in the chat as well. Like, should we be sentimental to a player that don't want to be here? Great question.
And that's why, for me, it's not. I mean, it is about Ederson. For you, LB, it's about Ederson. For me, it's about Trafford. And again, I recognize and I can confess that I think this is the dad in me, right, trying to protect the kid because he's not. He's the same. Well, he's a little bit older than my daughter. Right. So it's me trying to protect these kids from themselves, from the noise, and from all the people, not in this chat, but on social media, on Twitter and all that, who are going to kill this kid the moment he flops at a ball that, Joe Hart couldn't get down to his left, or Ederson, or what can't come out for corners or whatever. There's always going to be something that we're going to find that he's not great at or he's not perfect at. And my issue is that we kill the kid. And he's got so much of his career ahead of him. I just need him to be able to grow.
Even though our outcomes are the same, Tarek, yeah, I don't agree with your approach.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know, when you was in school and a teacher used to say, "Show you're working," and you were like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Show
like,
work.
Is the answer
is
wrong?
the answer right or not?
Yeah, and they were like, "Show how you got the answer." You were like, "What the fuck, mate? Is the answer right or not?" I don't like you're working. Yeah, because I actually disagree with that. Because for me, yeah, Trafford is a big lad now. He's 22 years old. He's just been signed for what, 30 million quid. Yeah, he's been playing top level football now for a couple of years. He's done the hard yards. I'm not treating him like a kid. I'm treating him like fucking grown up. Like you're here to be a Manchester City player. Yeah, he's not a 16-year-old. Now that's not why I'm not playing him. The reason I'm not playing him is because it's more an Ederson thing, as I've already said. But I don't know. We'll have to see what he does. But I think he will go with Ederson. I mean, do you guys think that Ederson's staying? Because all the news is that Ederson was going to go Galatasaray. We've still had that in the last week. Now I sort of dried up a little bit.
I don't trust it at all.
Yeah, they'd have to come up with some more money.
We've seen what is it? Simon Bukowski saying they're going to shop Ortega instead. I trust him over the multitude of Turkish sources who have said day after day, "Oh, it'll be done tomorrow. It'll be done tomorrow. Oh, Ederson's flight is booked and he's still there."
Are they still saying that now?
There was one that came out a couple of days ago that said,
"Really?"
Yeah, I've not seen anything for the last couple of days. I think it was like maybe 5 or 6 days ago something came out.
And then you go to Inside City or whatever, and then Pep's hugging Ederson. It does not look like a guy who's about to be shipped out of the club.
I think they would. I think the plan is to try to keep Ederson this year, but maybe I'm wrong. We'll see. 3 million from Galatasaray is ridiculous. So yeah, they gotta get to 10, in my opinion, 10 to 15, and then you can have them. But
yeah, it's interesting. Let's see what some of you guys are saying in the chat. Big up Levi. Says Ederson starts first, give Trafford more incentive to push for his place. The other way around, if Trafford doesn't do well, Eddie's done next year anyway, so there's less drive. Good comment.
Fair play.
These are all fair points, by the way. Yeah, the people on either side here, like I don't think there's a right answer.
I'm not going to be upset if Ederson starts against Wolves. I'd like to make that.
I agree. I'm not asked who starts. Yeah, I've given my reason as to why I think Ederson should start, but it's on a fucking hair. Like I'm quite happy for Trafford to start. For me, it would be Ederson, only just. And listen, I've we all do this thing sometimes. You're just chilling or whatever. You're just relaxing, maybe on your couch, just chilling, and you're thinking about like City or you're thinking about football. Like there's been bare times. Yeah, I was on my holiday, just chilling on a beach, thinking about the goalkeeper situation, and I was like, "No, I'm starting Trafford. And then an hour later, starting Ederson. Like I think it's a tricky one, man. I'll be real. I'm not asked who it is. The only thing I don't really want to get into is I don't want to get into a situation where we're chopping and changing. Like we drop Ederson because he started bad, then we put Trafford in, but then all of a sudden he's a bit shit. So it's like, oh shit, now we need to go back to Ederson. If that happens, I'm telling you now, season's finished. You're not winning anything. You're not winning anything. And that's my only concern. I don't want to get
I think
into that.
once you make the move to Trafford, it's a one-way street. You don't go back. So at least in my opinion, that's why again, I start with Ederson, and then once I make the decision that Ederson has not performed or whatever, and now we've got a situation where Trafford is playing. At that point, Trafford is at the number one, and he's the number one going forward at that point. So that's just my opinion, though.
Yeah,
man. Yeah, this is actually true. Galatasaray are paying Osimhen 15 million a year, and they're offering City 3 million for Ederson. Facts. Very, very true. First half, Ederson starts, Premier League, Trafford starts a cup game, then ease Trafford in second half. You can only do that if the season's a write-off, though. Because if the season's going well, you can't then just swap him out.
Yeah,
you're not going to swap him out. Say you're third and you're comfy third, you ain't winning the league, and you're not going to fall out the top 4, then yeah, cool, I'll be open to doing that.
But what about Champions League? Are we still in the Champions League then? You can't.
Good point again. Yeah, good point again. You're going to
drop
Ederson from the league.
It's a total write-off, or unless it's like a 2021 situation where we're so far ahead that it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, exactly. And if it's the first one where it's a write-off, then I just don't give a shit anyway. Because the season's a write-off anyway.
If we get to that point, then at that point, there's no reason to play Ederson. Just throw Trafford in and give him all the minutes under his belt. So yeah,
that's bro. And then you go say this, and I'm like, this is facts.
Yeah.
Why have I got a guy who don't want to be here anymore? And while I'm saying I'm making him number 1 goalkeeper, when you've got a guy, a young lad, 22 years old, who's ready to step into this position. He's been dying for this moment for years and years and years. He's been at the club since he's 13 years old, and I'm saying, nah, you can wait for Ederson, who's been poor for the last 18 months and doesn't want to be here.
And the guy's got bollocks the size of watermelons. I can't bench that. He wants to be number 1. He's been dreaming about being number 1 for years, and he's clearly got the mindset for it.
It is mad. It's mad. I don't know.
Debate, yeah.
It's a good debate, Mike. I don't know. Let's have a look at the poll. I did a poll in the chat. It's still there, chat. So there's over 800 people still in the stream. So feel free, go to the live chat section and have your vote. It doesn't cost anything. If you watch it back on replay, let us know in the comments. Who do you think should be the number 1 going into next season? I didn't put Bettinelli on the list because then I know there's some jokers in the chat with the vote for him. So I did put Trafford, I put Ederson, and I still put Ortega in there because I wanted to, he's still at the football club. And it might be Ederson that goes. I don't know if you guys can see the poll, but it's quite interesting. So I'll start off with the lowest, Ortega, with 3% of the vote. I think that's wild for the people that have voted for Ortega. I think he's nowhere near good enough to be number 1, but it is what it is. 3% of people have voted for Ortega. 34% of people have voted for Ederson as the number 1, and a massive 63% of the chat are saying Trafford, which is a lot higher than I thought, bro. I can't believe how high that is, Danny.
Yeah, that's pretty skewed. I thought it'd be 55-45 or something like that. But yeah.
Yeah, that is wild. That is wild. Chat no ball. Yeah.
They do, but then again, it is a good debate. I'm not going to be upset no matter who plays. If he throws Bettinelli in there, I'm going to be thinking he's lost his head. But aside from that, it could be anyone.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. By the way, Satchio Taglieri is reporting that Newcastle have taken advantage on Manchester United over Benjamin Sesko. 90 million euros for Sesko.
Good God.
What the fuck? So,
Leipzig are going to be bursting at the seams with money. They're going to sell Simmons to Chelsea as well. That's what, like 150 million?
No, I thought that was fake news. I thought that was just some random guy.
No, Fabrizio talked about it yesterday. I think that's still happening.
Oh, it's still happening. Yeah. I just seen some guy around Stamford Bridge, and he had like, are they called braids? They're called braids.
Yeah, I've seen that. And then he's like, why is everyone chasing me around? They think I'm
That's too funny, that man. I didn't realize that was happening. But to be fair, we did say this when he signed that contract. I remember saying when he signed that contract, in the chat was like, yeah, he's defo being sold in the summer because they weren't signing him for 55 mil on a 2.5-year contract to keep him because he just run a contract down. It was always going to be sold. It was always a cash deal for Leipzig. That it's always about the money. Signing from PSG for 55 mil on a 2.5-year contract. Nah, he was always going this summer, man. It's like Gibbs White. Like, so obviously he's going to leave Forest next year. Like, it's just obvious, isn't it? Like, it's just obvious it's going to happen. Marinakis has said to him, bro, you're not going Spurs because they've breached the terms. Sign a new contract. We'll put you on a wage increase. We'll put a release clause in there. You can go next year. He's gone.
Did you see the video? Did you see the video of his contract extension?
Hostage.
Thank you to Mr. Marinakis for showing me faith. And it just pans over to him. He's just sat there like fucking Jabba the Hutt with a...
Marinakis be like...
Fucking hands off him now! Fucking hands off it!
That's crazy. Did you guys see this video, by the way?
Finish the sentence. I chose Sunderland because...
A big challenge.
Did you guys see that video?
No.
What's
Oh,
Sunderland known for? Being a great club.
Sorry.
Which player are you excited to play with? All of them.
Okay, so he has no idea. He's just like,
He has
hear
no idea, bro. He
Yeah.
has no idea that he's signing for Sunderland or anything about Sunderland.
like
Nothing.
they're
He's just
signing
like,
my checks.
yeah, it's crazy. I don't know why they've done that. Like, why they've asked him those questions. It's freaking stupid, man. To be honest with you.
Yeah, it's Sunderland. I mean, come on, what are we doing here?
Yeah, FFW said I don't get why Liverpool signed Ekatike. Maybe they're gonna play off the left, innit? I don't know.
I think
maybe
there was
they'll play
always
off
a chance that they wouldn't get Isak, but I think they thought he could play off the left if they did bring him in. So,
the left. Yeah, Tyler says I reckon we make a move for Paqueta now, guy. I don't. I assume you're a City fan. I can't tell by the kit, but if you talk about City, I don't think so. I think City are done. City have already been told. You know, I don't know if you support City though. You might support a different team. If you do, let us know in the chat, bro. Sunderland's a great club. Now, Sunderland is a great club, and I've said this before. Yeah, but out of all the nothings or whatever they're called, yeah, all for nothing in Arsenal's case. Sunderland's on Netflix is the best series, 100% hands down. It is so open and legit. If you guys haven't seen it yet, it's called Sunderland Till I Die on Netflix. Yeah, it's like City's all for what's it called? All for what?
It's
all or nothing.
All or
nothing.
nothing.
Or nothing. Yeah.
All or nothing. Yeah, it's like that, but Sunderland, and it's on Netflix, and it's mint. Definitely go check it out. And Rodwell ruins it for him, but I won't ruin the.
He ruined it for us as well. So
yeah, he was a shit signing. I couldn't believe it. He was so dead. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. Newcastle is not selling Isak. He's not available. Well, they're saying that they're going to sign Sesko now, so I'd be surprised if they sign Sesko and Isak. To be honest, I don't know. I still think he goes. If I'm being honest with you,
how much would you sell him for?
Well, if I was Newcastle, I'd accept the 110.
I need more.
I
110 is a lot.
Bro,
Yeah, but I need. You got to be punished for trying to take my player like that. So I need you got to pay restitution.
No, this is the difference between me and you, Tariq.
You got to pay 130.
You're too focused on trying to punish Liverpool, whereas I'm focused on trying to benefit myself.
Yeah, that's fair. But 110, man. I mean, how much did they just spend on Verts?
130.
130.
He's got to be at minimum. But it was only like 100. Was it like 100 and something up front or whatever?
Yeah.
And then
what the Verts one are?
Yeah, the Verts.
Yeah, but the problem that they've got is right. Newcastle are now in a weaker position because of the antics that Isak has decided to go down by going training and potentially threatening all this fucking strike action and shit. I agree that in an ideal situation, Isak should be going for about 130, 140, right? But there's now about a month left of the window. A month, yeah. The market's closing in, yeah. And Newcastle have a chance now to get rid of this player, get the 110. Yeah, I think they're going to get 80 million quid up front and start their rebuild now. As Danny said before, their summer has been an absolute shambolic disaster.
Yeah, horrible.
And they can get the money in now, forget about it, accept a couple million less, and start moving, signing players.
Now hold on a minute. You said 30 minutes ago he's overrated. Why are you selling him for 140 now? It's a flip.
No. Because
he's selling it for 110. I'm selling it for 100.
That's current market conditions. Market conditions.
Okay. Market conditions, fine.
Market conditions. I think if you put Isak in 10 years ago, 15 years ago, when all the strikers were out there, I think he would even be in the top 10. I'll be honest.
No, yeah, big talent train.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But now he's top 5 striker in the world, 100%.
Yeah, 100%.
And market conditions, he's probably worth 130, 140. But what are Newcastle got? So what's the strategy here? Are Newcastle going to negotiate for the next 3 weeks, selling with a week left of the transfer window just to get an extra 30 million quid? I just don't see it. For me, I just think that they should just sell him now for 110 and just start the rebuild and move him on.
Because it is so late, if you can't find a replacement, not that I care what Newcastle do, but if you can't find a replacement that is of the quality that you need, I personally would just be like, nah, we're going to hold you. And that's the same thing that we saw Spurs do when we went in for Harry Kane. They were like, no, I don't care what you think. You're not going. And I think it was like 150 or something like that, right? So it's like if we were going to pay 150, otherwise he wasn't going anywhere. And he sat out. I think training or whatever. They didn't care. Eventually he'll get over it. So on one hand, if I'm them, I'm like, nah, just sit or pay me enough that it's worth it to me because it's going to impact their season. It's kind of late in the window now. If they get Sesko, maybe they feel like that's a good enough move. But it's kind of late to be trying to replace him.
No, and I agree. And that's why I think for me, 110 million quid is below where I think he's at. Yeah. But at the same time, I also feel like it's not a complete disgrace. I've seen some Newcastle fans on Twitter saying it's a disgraceful offer. No, it's not. It's 110 million quid, mate.
No, that's a lot of money. Like I said,
it's a fucking lot of money. And the players are now back in pre-season training. And I just think it would be better if they just sold him, got the cash, and moved on and go, yeah, you know what? We got. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I if it was me, I'd just get rid of the player. Get rid of him, fucking move it on. Like Grealish, get rid of him. Don't care how much you get for him, loan him, whatever, move him on.
Because he's been putting up a stink as well. If you don't sell him now, you're going to get a Diego Costa situation. You remember what happened in 2017? He wanted out, and then Conte just kicked him out of the squad for 6 months, and they lost him for peanuts in January. I wonder if that ends up happening.
But he's under contract for 3 seasons.
Yeah, I can't remember how long Costa was.
Yeah, he is.
So I just don't see how, again, maybe they do sell him, and I don't really care. But I don't know how he goes from, let's say 110 to 140 now to being, let's say, half of that next year. It's not going to happen. He's still going to. So if I can't find the right player to replace him, or at least bring in, then I just say, well, we'll wait and we'll sell you in the summer, but you're going to have to play or you're going to have to sit, but you're not going if we can't make, and that's probably what they're doing. They probably said they were not going to take it, but this is probably all orchestrated behind the scenes. They're just going to get Sesko in, and then they're going to.
For me, though, Tarek, that's where player personality comes into it. And so we had Bernardo Silva in a similar situation, didn't we? Bernardo Silva wanted to leave for years. Bernardo Silva was not the type of player where if we didn't sell him for whatever reason, that he was going to kick up a stink.
Consummate professional, yeah.
Yeah, 100%. He was going to come back and say, well, I wanted to leave. It is what it is. I'm going to give my all. And I'm going to give everything for the club. Cool. If Isak's the type of guy who will go, you didn't fucking sell me, so I'm not going to fucking give 100%. I'm going to give 90%, which in football's a lot. That's something that you have to weigh up. Now, Isak's kicking up a fuss now. Once the season starts and the transfer window closes, he might be fine. He might give 100%, but we don't know that's going to happen.
Exactly.
So that's where Newcastle have to then make a judgment again and go, what's this guy going to be like? Speak to Eddie Howe. Do you want a player in the dressing room that is going to be, don't want to be here, is going to hold a grudge, whatever? Eddie Howe might just be like, I'd rather not have that player in the dressing room. I don't know. You've got to think of all these things. It's not just about maximising the money you get for the player every single time. A lot of the times it is. And of course, Newcastle would rather sell him for 150 than 110. But I just think sometimes sometimes in life you have to take the L in it and just be like, yo, we got to just fucking take the L. And I said that, by the way, on our incomings going into the window. Bare times I said sometimes we might have to take the L on some of the fees.
We're going to get fleeced a couple of times.
In the end, we actually didn't. We got fucking mad prices. Yeah. But sometimes in life you got to take the L. Sometimes you got to overpay. Yeah, you want a house. Fucking hell. Look at the cost of houses. You got to overpay. What, you just do not have a house? All right, and don't have a house then, innit? You got to overpay for a house where you don't have a house. Yeah? What, you want fuel in your car? What, you paying £1.80 a litre for some diesel, mate? Yeah, you're overpaying, but what, you're going to have no diesel in your car? You're not going anywhere, bro. You want some food? You want some chicken breast, protein? You want to build some muscle? Yeah, it's about a fucking pound of fucking breast now. What, you're going to have you're going to eat what? Fucking grass. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? Sometimes in life you got to overpay, sometimes you don't. And I just think, if it was me, if I was Newcastle, I'd take the 110 and I'd just say, see you later.
We started by talking about football. Now we are talking about a pound of breast.
That's what I'm saying, bro. You know what I mean? Smash these likes up as well, guys, for more financial advices every day here. 2 streams a day, every single day in the month of August. Yeah, I'm sorry I let you guys down in July, man. I was, vacationing. You know what I mean? We will be there. Smash the likes. Make sure you guys are subscribed as well. I know I'm man. Like, come on. Anything else you boys wanted to speak about before we bring the stream to a close?
I would like to talk about our start to the season because we have a very, very difficult start to the season, and I don't think people have given enough credit for how difficult it is. I tweeted it out a couple weeks ago. After Wolves, we have 4 straight games that we lost last season. We have Spurs at home, we lost. Brighton away, we lost. United at home, we lost. Arsenal away, we lost. So I want to know, both from the panel and from the chat, what are our realistic expectations from this stretch? Because for me, 11 points plus is a colossal victory for me. I know there's going to be people who say, I want all 15 points. We are not getting all 15 points. So when we get 10 to 12 points, are we going to melt down and say, oh, this is awful? Because
I'm telling you my honest view, first 4 games, I need 4 wins. I'll take a point at Arsenal, 100%. First 4 games, I need
13
wins.
points. All right.
Yeah, is that what it is? 13?
13.
Yeah.
So 4 wins.
I want 13 points then for... Bro, if you can't beat Wolves, end the season.
Oh, no. Okay. Wolves, I think we'll beat. It's just the next 4. It's a little dicey for me.
So Tottenham, but we're playing home. We're at home.
Yes. Thomas
But
Frank,
it's a 7:30. For us, for me, it's a
4:30
7:30 in the morning. Yeah. So it's a 12:30 kickoff there. So maybe that's an issue or whatever. But
that's what I mean. Because people 30 seconds ago in the chat were saying I want 15 points. Now I'm seeing people say, "Oh, Spurs are hard." This is what I mean. This is a really, really difficult start.
Yeah, but hang on a minute.
But Spurs is brand new. They got. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, LB.
Do we win the league or not?
No, we do. But
So we need to be winning these games. You can't be telling me Tottenham at home. We got to win the game. We have to win the game.
No, I think so too.
We got to be winning these football
Realistically, are we going to win these 4 very difficult games? All 4 of them, probably not. I think 11 or 12 points would be very good. 13 would be incredible.
So Danny, Wolves, you got to win.
Yes.
Tottenham, what do you have? What do you think we're going to do there?
Tottenham, I want to win by any win. Give me a 2-1 win in the last minute, fine. I don't care. Yeah. It's one of those, just win by any margin.
Okay. And then Brighton,
they play to our advantage. I think we should beat them.
We should have beat them.
We lost João Pedro,
that's
right?
my point. We should have been out of sight before they even equalized.
Facts.
They lost João Pedro. I don't know who they brought in.
They lost João Pedro. They brought in a couple pretty decent players, but we are a better team than Brighton. We should.
Okay. So we think 3 out of 3 so far. So 9 points, right?
Yes, sure.
Right.
United, you have to beat.
Okay, United. So that's 12. So you already think we're going to get 12, and it's just like what LB said.
I think we could, but the thing is, football is not always like linear, straightforward. No one thought we'd lose 4-0 to Spurs last season, and again, Thomas Frank always gives us a good game. He could be a good manager for them. He could be another Nuno Espirito Santo for them. But even Nuno beat us when he was there. Like, it's Spurs. I just can't comfortably say we're going to beat Spurs.
No, I'm not saying we're going to comfortably beat them. But I'm saying if this football club wants to win the Premier League next year, you can't be losing at home to a team that finished 17th last season when you've just signed all these new players. Sure. And you've got what we're doing now as a club, we're saying last year was not acceptable. We're making and we're gonna get back on it. So if all of a sudden we drop points at home to Spurs, the weakest of the top 6 teams,
agreed.
Yeah,
no.
I think that just sets a mad negative just situation in my opinion.
I just think 13 points, not 13, 11 to 13 would be great. 3 wins, 2 draws for me is fine.
What's 11? How do you get to 11? What's the maths on that?
3 wins, 2 draws.
3 wins, 2 draws.
Draw against Arsenal, and then something goes minorly wrong against Tottenham or Brighton.
I think that's the bare minimum.
Yes. I think that's good. I think
11 is the bare minimum. 13 is my ideal. Obviously, winning them all is my ideal.
11, I'm like, okay, I can live with 11. 13 is great.
Yeah, 11. I think 11 is like all right. Yeah, but that's my bare minimum for me. I think if you get less than 11, I think that doesn't fill me with confidence.
I would take 12 if the loss was not to Arsenal, because our season sort of lightens up after this. But if we lose the game before our season lightens up, the vibes are not going to be good. You have to get a good result against Arsenal.
Yeah,
and it's Arsenal away.
Yeah.
I'll take a point there all day long.
Yeah, I'd take a point. I think everybody would take a point, but you don't want to lose there.
No. And by the way, I say I'll take a point. I want to go to win the game.
Sure, of course. Absolutely.
Yeah. Like Arsenal come to City and just sit on the edge of the penalty area. I'm not doing that. I take a point, but I'm trying to win the fucking game. Yeah, none of this Arsenal low block will take a point because we'll try and play for a point. I'm trying to beat them. You know what I mean?
But it's just like incongruent to me because of this chat's all saying 15, 15, 15. But an hour ago we were in crisis. We don't have a squad even close to as good as Liverpool. So I don't know where the confidence has come from.
I don't think
I've always been
15 points out of the first 5.
No, we're not going to get 15.
It's unlikely that we'll get 15.
If our squad is as bad as the chat is trying to make it out an hour ago, how are we going to get 15? Is my point.
No, I think 15.
I'm saying 11 to 13 would be great.
It's possible. It's possible. We could beat all of that 5. It's not out the realms of possibility.
We can, but if you're setting your bare minimum expectation to be 15, you're going to be disappointed.
Yeah, exactly. My bare minimum's 11.
I want 11. 11 to 13 is great.
I agree. Yeah, 11 we have to get 11. Have to get 11.
If we end on 11, I'm like, okay, fine. I can. If some mystic fortune teller came through my door in 2 minutes and said you're going to get 11 points from the first 5 games, I'd say, okay, yeah, that's reasonable, fair enough. I can see that happening. Anything lower than that, I'm a bit concerned.
Especially because, as you said, after this, the fixtures get a little bit easier. So you can put a bit of a run together, then, can't you?
Yes, and that's why I say you cannot lose to Arsenal. If you get a good result against Arsenal, that's the easiest way to start a run. If you lose to Arsenal, then I'm like, ooh, the vibes are not good. We've just lost. How are we going on a run now? You need minimum 11. If you can get 13, I'm dancing through the streets. If you can get 15, wow, fantastic. But I am not setting my expectations at 15 points because that's the easiest way to get upset and be angry.
Yeah. No, I agree. But we spoke about this I think we spoke about it off camera before we started the stream. I've been speaking about this for a while, mate. And I think I spoke about it this morning, so apologies for repeating myself, chat. Yeah, but I need to see our record against the better teams improve. Yeah. Because since the treble year, it's been crap, mate. It has. Who we beat consistently, we're really struggling against the better teams. We're becoming a little bit like a flat track bully. You know what I mean? Beating the smaller teams and struggling against the bigger teams. Spurs, you know what I mean? Arsenal, Liverpool. We're really struggling to beat these teams. So this is why, again, these first 5 games for me are really important because we're playing Tottenham, United, and Arsenal, who are all in the typical top 6. Sure. And I'm saying we're struggling against the top 6. So if we get to the end of these 5 games and we fail to beat any of those 3 teams, then I'll be looking at it and going, are we really improving if we're still struggling? If I come away from those 3 games and we've got 2 wins and a draw, or 3 wins or whatever, 2 wins and maybe even 1 loss, I go, well, you know what? We're actually beating these teams now. Maybe we've seen signs of improvement. We need to be picking up points off the top 6. Because if we would have done that last year, Danny, we would have cruised to top 4. We wouldn't have probably been
then again, we did lose a lot of silly points along the way as well. The Southampton one was bad.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
But, if you pick up more points against the top 6 last year, you're not in a title race, but we're not stressing, are we, towards the end of the season thinking, fucking might be playing Europa League, mate.
Yeah, exactly.
So I get looking at our first 5 matches, but if you look at Arsenal's first 5 matches, they're not much.
Oh, yeah.
They've got United, Leeds, Liverpool, Nottingham Forest, and then us.
Liverpool have Arsenal and Newcastle in the first 5 as well. This is
so
what I'm saying.
I think
points is not going to kill us.
Yeah. While none of us want to lose, even if we lost against Arsenal, unless they win out, I don't think it will be. I mean, it's still so early in the match. No one's going to say that's going to cost us the season or anything like that. But I think they're going to have a difficult run as well. So
I personally don't think they're I'm not going to say not in a title race because they obviously are, but I don't see them winning the league.
Arsenal.
I just don't see it.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't
unless they pull something out the bag in the transfer market in the last 4 weeks. I don't see how they're anywhere close to City or Liverpool. And maybe I'll get clips up and made to look like a knobhead if I do.
I think knowing us and knowing how the Premier League works, Gyökeres is going to go 0 goals in his first 4 games and then drop 2 goals on our heads match day 5. I can just tell. I can tell.
Don't say that.
I can tell. I do rate him, but it's it just stinks of it. It stinks so badly of it, from an anecdotal perspective.
Yeah. No, that would suck.
I just don't see. I still think they're going to massively struggle against mad defensive teams, low block teams. I don't think they've got any. And I said this to Arsenal fans, but they're not listening because they're just being biased and not listening to what I'm saying. I think that midfield has a creativity problem. I think when you look at Zubimendi, Rice, and Odegaard, I think they've got a massive creativity problem. Yeah. Massive.
Now, what happens if they go get Eze?
I just don't think that moves the needle.
Okay. I think he's a good. If he was English, would people actually be after him? I don't think he's that good.
I think the fact is, he's 27 years old or whatever. He's still at Palace. I'm like, he's a good player. Don't get me wrong, but like, they're trying to win the league. They're trying to move the needle enough to win the league. I always say this analogy, when it comes to F1. F1 teams spend millions and millions and millions of pounds, tens of millions of pounds, to make the car go faster by 0.1 second a lap. Yeah, because that's what it takes. It takes that much money to improve it that much. And it's like, people will look at it and go, why do you spend all that money to go 0.1 second quicker? Because 0.1 every fucking race, for how many races they do, wins you the title at the end of the, and it's the same in the Prem that you've got to be pushing. I look at the transfer business, and I rate Zubimendi and I rate Gyökeres. I don't think it's enough.
So if they're trying to go that extra step and win the league, and they're totally going scorched earth this window, signing top statement players, if Eze's the second best player they're signing, is that really that good of a window? Probably not. I think Gyökeres is great. And people want to do mental gymnastics. Oh, he's not that good. He's not that. They're addressing their need. Fair play to them. There you go. But Eze, I just don't know.
Yeah. I guess I would. Do you think that Eze is as good, better, or worse than Martinelli?
I think he's better, but he's not like. Sweet.
So if you think that he's better than Martinelli, then and Martinelli was there, as far as I remember, he was there starting on the left wing. Then they have done exactly what LB said. Is they've just advanced it just that. Little bit.
Exactly.
Now, it's not going to be a game changer in and of himself, but he might just be enough to move the needle just a little bit. I don't think that they win the league. I definitely don't think they win the league. I don't.
The reason I don't think that is right though, Tarek, is because last year, that league was there for the taking for Arsenal. It was there for the taking, and they come second, and we finished 3 points behind them. All they've done now is replace Partey with Zubimendi, which is a good signing, but I don't think that's a mad step up on Partey. They've signed Gyökeres, great signing.
Hands up, great signing. Yes,
but that isn't. I just think they need more. I think they should go all out for Rodrigo. And I've said it time and time again. They should that would be the needle mover, Tarek. That fundamentally puts them in a different dimension to Eze. Eze's a good player, and you're right, he does improve them. But he doesn't take them to the side. If they went and signed Rodrigo, I'd be thinking, fucking hell, they've got a solid. I still think they need couple more squad players, couple more players to bolster the team or whatever, especially in that right wing position. For Saka. But I'm looking at that and thinking, they're serious. I just always think with Arsenal, I just think they're not quite serious enough.
And I said this about a month ago when I was on. They'll always make like one very, very good signing, Rice, Gyökeres, but then they'll ruin it. They'll throw 50 million at someone crap. They had the Sterling last season. They have Madueke this season. And they just make moves that like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I forgot about him.
What are you doing? It was Jorginho as well in January. When they were ahead of us in the league, they needed to like totally like stamp authority. They signed Trossard, who fair play has been very good for them. Then Jorginho, what's Jorginho done for them? It's just pointless signings, and it's all Chelsea. Havertz as well. All these players from Chelsea. It's always from Chelsea as well. David Luiz, there's another one. I mean, they weren't contending back then, but
yeah, it's weird. It is weird. So yeah, I think Arsenal finish third. To be honest, I think they'll finish third, and I'm predicting that there will be just a mad meltdown in that fan base this season, unless they pull the Champions League out their ass. But I don't see that happening.
I do think they're likelier to win the Champions League than they are the Premier League.
I agree.
They hardly ever lose, but they draw a lot. You can win a Champions League by drawing games. We did. We won. I think one away game that whole season in the Champions League, and it wasn't Dortmund. It was Sevilla. We won one away game when we won the trophy. One away game, all in Champions League. Everyone says, "Wow, we were amazing in the Champions League." Yeah, because we were great at home. We drew every game away. You can draw games in the Champions League. You'll be cushy. You'll be fine.
I agree with you. I think they're well more suited to Champions League football, especially with that defense. I mean, look at the defense we had when we won the Champions League. Well, the treble, but you know what I mean. We won the Champions League. I think when you have that rock solid defense, it provides you with a foundation to win that Champions League. And I think they're well more suited to it. I just think that ultimately, I just don't think they've got a lot of experience in that team. Like I always say this, right? Go through their team. How many players have actually won trophies in that team?
Good point.
It's not a lot. Real talk. The Arsenal fans are so shameless.
Yeah,
bro. Exactly. Yeah, don't play anymore. And they try and put Saka in there. He won an FA Cup. Bro, he played like 10 minutes or something. Like, what are you talking about?
Gabriel literally left, and then Lille won the league after. So they
don't have a lot of experience. Yeah. Then you've got a young manager, a relatively young manager who's not won a lot. Obviously, he's won an FA Cup, and that's it. Like, I think that's one of their issues, again, is that they don't have a lot of experience in actually winning trophies. You go through the team and go through all the players. How many have actually won?
Well, Kepa is technically a big win. He's won 2 Champions Leagues. Fine. But then again, it's your back.
I think Kepa's a good signing. Yeah. I know a lot of Arsenal fans don't like the signing. I think it's a good sign. I think he's mad experience, good goalkeeper, 5 mil on the bench. I think he's got better experience. I think it's a decent signing. I think it's players like fucking Norgard and shit like that's weird. And Madueke, shit. What the fuck's all that about? So anyway, let me go to the super chat. Big up, cool guy. So Spurs did play well against Arsenal in the friendly. Will not be an easy game, even if we play them at home. Oh, bro, I'm not saying it's gonna be an easy game.
Yeah, never.
I think it'll be fucking well hard. But the point I'm making is
it's Spurs, and then on top of that, it's Thomas Frank, who seems to have our number every now and then. I never ever feel comfortable playing Brentford. And now he's gone to our stereotypical bogey team. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be difficult.
But we got to make a statement there, Danny, innit? And be like, this season is different.
You have to win those disgusting games, because too many times last season, there'd be games where I say, oh, this stinks of drop points, then we'd actually drop points. Games need to stink of drop points, then we have to prove them wrong. We have to win those games. We have to win those stinky away games. We have to beat Spurs home and away. But yeah, again, we do tend to start the season slow, which is why I'm saying
you can't just be making excuses all the time, innit, Danny? You can't just be like, we've dropped points to Spurs, but they've got Frank, who's a good manager, and they're our bogey team. On to the next one.
No.
You know what I mean? At some point, you've got to say, nah, this ain't happening anymore. Like, we've got to move on from last year. We've got to level up, man.
It's going to be a difficult game, but we're a much better team than they are, objectively. You have to win that game. Like, on paper, we are heavy favorites. Knowing football is football, it's never going to be that straightforward. It'll be a difficult game. But, on paper, win the game, please.
Facts, bro. That's what I'm saying.
And it'll go, I'll tell you what, that Spurs game will go a long way to, dispelling the chat's beliefs and Twitter's beliefs. Pep chooses favorites. If Pep chooses, an exciting team that day, and we win with that exciting team, the vibes will go up tenfold. People will be confident again. It can go sky high as soon as match week 2. Just have to lay a marker down. I'm not sure we will, which is why I say 11 to 13. But you have to lay a marker down. And Spurs,
and it's a first home game as well.
Yeah. So
the fans will be up for it. State players should be up for it.
Last time Spurs was our first home game, though. That 2-2 draw. My God. That game made me so mad. You remember
2-2 draw? What
1920, the 2-2 draw. That Lamella goal where Ederson was totally out of position. Then when Lucas Moura scored 15 seconds after coming on when he scored the header on the corner. And then the Jesus last minute winner that got ticked off for a handball.
Oh, yeah. I do remember that one, bro.
Oh, that game made me so mad.
Yeah, Jesus' header. Yeah. Was it a header or a back post tapping or something, wasn't it? I can't remember.
It was a Jesus back post tapping.
Yeah.
I went into my garden saying, yeah. I came back and I saw 2-2. I'm like, what? And then, that was the first season of VAR. Bro, that game made me so...
We've actually been fucked over on VAR so many... Not legit, to be fair, but
I could tell that was going to be a long season.
Last minute, goals, fucking, chalked off and that. We've had so many. It's hanging. I hate VAR with a passion, mate. I think it's grim. But yeah, that is actually why I do remember that. Yeah.
We opened the season against them in 21-22. When Nuno was there for 6 months and he actually beat us. Nuno always gave us a game, just like Frank. He gave us a game at Forest as well. He beat us with
because he's defensively resolute and well drilled.
He beat us.
He's content to be defensive.
He got a point against us in 18-19. I'm still pissed at that game when they scored the offside handball and it didn't get disallowed. Then we drew that game 1-1. You remember that game? 18-19, match week 3.
Well, they scored offside.
They scored the Willy Bolly goal where he was offside. And
yeah. I do remember it. Yeah,
that was when Laporte scored his first goal for us.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're actually making me nervous, Danny, because I do think like the Wolves game will have an attacking lineup. It'll be whatever. But that Tottenham match, it's at home, so you expect him to be, attacking and go for it. But if you see, I won't say the unks, but if you see a couple of those older, more experienced players in there, the uproar on social media is going to be insane. So we'll know, and it's early in the morning too. We'll know bright and early. How he's approaching as soon as the lineup drops. As soon as that lineup drops, we'll know exactly.
No, Molyneux makes my skin crawl. It's made my skin crawl for years. The 18-19 game, the 19-20 game, we went 2-0 up.
Like it.
We opened against them in 2021, and I was bricking myself for like a month. Oh my god, we got Wolves away first game of the season.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Molyneux. I tell you what though, that Spurs game for me is the one that I'm going to be looking at that defense. Because I don't know that we shouldn't really be getting that tested defensively at fucking Wolves. You know what I mean? I think if we are,
and especially since they've shipped Cunha as well.
Exactly. So we shouldn't be getting tested too much from our defense in against Wolves. I think the Spurs game is a game that we'll probably come away from looking at our defense and going, right, let's assess our defense. What did they look like? Are we confident in these players for the full set? What did Aït-Nouri do? Because some people are telling me that he's shit defensively. I don't know, not seen enough of him. We'll see that. Diaz, what's he saying? High line. Is he getting caught out? How's Nunes? You know what I mean? I think that's the game for me. Yeah, that I'll be looking at that defense and going, I don't know if it's good enough. Maybe it's not good enough for the season. We'll see. You know what I mean? And then obviously you've got fucking, the others, Arsenal and Brighton are a good side as well. So I don't know, man. I kind of like, just quickly, sorry, I kind of like having a hard start because I want to know where I'm at, man. I don't want to be getting fucking gaslit, like last year when we fucking won the first 6 games or whatever, and everyone's like, "Oh, we're mint," even though we fucking should have lost them all, And then I want to play our team first, and then know what we're about.
It was that 2021 season where we had a very difficult start. We had Wolves, and then we had Leicester, and then, well, actually no, we had Leeds, and we drew Leeds. Yeah, I don't know.
I want a hard start. I want to play the better teams, me. I want to play the better teams and know where I'm at. That's why I wanted to play fucking PSG in the Club World Cup final. Funny enough, we didn't even get past the last 16. That was so funny. Everyone was in pre-stream. Everyone was like, "LB, who would you want to play in the final?" I remember having the conversation on the watch along before the game started. I was like, "I want to play PSG, mate," because everyone before that Al Hilal game, by the way, and you're lying if you were, was saying we should be getting to the final based off of like the tree.
Oh yeah,
I was like, "Yeah, we should definitely be getting to a final." People's like, "Who do you want to play?" I said, "PSG." I want to know where we're about, man.
And this is why we should win all of our first 4 games, sure. But then again, we should have gone to the Club World Cup final. It's never that easy. I want to win all 4. We should win all 4, but it's just not going to be that easy.
Yeah.
Do we think that he starts Aït-Nouri that first match against Wolves?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I just know, going home or however you want to say that. I know that's caused issues for Sterling in the past. It's caused issues for Nunes in the past, going back to where you've played before and getting booed by the fans and all that. I don't know if it's just a mental thing or whatever. So I just wonder if he'll put him in the line of fire.
I don't think he's going to get booed, though. I saw the fans on Twitter saying, "Oh, we love you. Good luck at City." The thing is, Nunes, didn't Nunes skip training and all that?
Nunes got on strike.
He's fully forced to move, So he could get booed. I don't think it's going to be that bad, though.
Nah, he'll be chilling. And again, like, fucking get him in, mate. You're 33. We finally got a left back. I'm not saying, "Oh, you're not starting this game." Like, nah, you got to play, man. Like, I want to see where you're at. He'll be fine, man. He'll be chilling. Do you know what I mean? Should we do it before we wrap it up? Should we do a lineup?
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Let's do a lineup, of like what we do in our. This could be pretty cool, actually. I've not done this for time. Right, let me put this on screen. Present, share screen. Here we go. Right, this is the lineup for the Wolves game, boys. Yeah, and we'll do this. And let us know your thoughts in the chat. Make sure you guys are smashing a like on the stream if you've not done so already, man. Still got over 700 people in here. Big up to you guys. Smash the like button. If you're not subscribed, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel as well if you're new. And hit that notification bell icon. People keep on saying, "LB, my streams are not popping up on my app." Not my problem. Nothing to do with me. It's a YouTube thing. Hit the bell. It'll help. Right. So, I don't know how we do this. There's 3 of us on the panel, so we could do it by, You know, like the democracy. Yeah. Should we do the dictator thing? Do I become dictator B or do we do democracy? Ooh, I don't know.
I'm abstaining from goalkeeper because we already had this debate, and I'd go Trafford, but I'm totally like.
So you go Trafford.
I'm okay either way.
No. You can't do that. You can't do that.
So I want Ederson. I'll take Ederson.
Okay.
Ederson. I'm voting. Shit. I'm voting Ederson.
All right. Get him in there.
Just Ederson. But I'll probably change my mind by the time we get to Wolves. Okay, right back. Nunes?
I think Nunes. For sure.
So again, he hasn't done well when he's played there. So
he did get hooked off, I think, last year.
He's not been good. I could see someone else playing there, but again, at the end of the day, I think he has to be able to play everywhere we go if he's going to be our number one right back.
Did he come on at Molyneux last season? Have a pretty good cameo. Can't remember. He was awful in 2 seasons ago, but did he come on last season? He got pretty good. I don't know.
I'm good with Nunes though. I think he has to get over whatever the little mental thing there. He's got to be able to play.
Okay, so Nunes right back, right-sided centre back.
This is what we want or what we expect.
Well, no, it's what we want. It's what we want.
Okay, I want. Okay,
I want Diaz. I want Diaz.
Bro,
I want Kuzanov.
I want Diaz.
I want Kuzanov.
I'd play Kuzanov, bro. I wouldn't want. I just would play Kuzanov over Diaz, man.
Have it your way.
So when this gets clipped up later and someone puts it on fucking Twitter, they'll be like, look at these dickheads. Like, Pep's never going to do that. Yeah, I know.
And that's why I asked the question. What is he going to do?
Pep's going to play Kanji. We know that.
Well, he's going to play Akanji and Diaz.
Yeah, maybe. Gavardio left-sided centre-back?
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
No question.
Cool. And left-back, I'm voting out Nori.
I'm voting out Nori as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Tarek's voted him as well. Why is he not coming up there? Is he on the app? Oh, there he is. Oh, it's because he's got those 2 dots above his thing.
Okay, I don't even know how to make those dots on my keyboard. I have no idea.
No, I don't fucking know either. Right, so that's our back 4.
On Mac, you just hold down the letter and it shows you all the accents you can choose from.
Oh, Mac. No, we've got the PC, bro. Right, so that's our back 4, yeah? Again, this is what we do. This is not a predicted 11. This is what we would do. Tarek outvoted on the right-sided centre back. Oh no, Danny was outvoted on the right-sided centre back. Yeah. Me and Tarek both agree on Huzanov should be our right-sided centre back. Okay, there we go. Right, midfield. By the way, Danny, you've been outvoted on 2 now, haven't you? You've been outvoted on the goalkeeper and the right-sided centre. Not my team. Hashtag not my team.
In my America.
You see that on Twitter. People put that hashtag not my prime minister or not my president. Danny's like hashtag not my team, man. Right, okay, midfield.
I think I'm going to get outvoted again.
What's going on with Rodri again? Because I don't know. Do we know the update on Rodri? He was at training, but I don't know if he was actually training.
I'm playing Nico Gonzalez.
I'm playing Nico Gonzalez as well.
Okay. Wait a sec. So, are you playing Rodri or not?
I'm not.
No.
I'm not risking it.
No.
I'm playing Nico.
No. I don't think I think there's more to whatever than what the little tweet that I saw earlier. So I need him to be healthy. And this game, we should be able to win this game without him. I would not play him. I would play Nico G as our 6 in this one.
Okay. I can get behind it, yeah, but he definitely needs to play against Spurs, yeah?
Agreed.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I can get behind that. Yeah, I'm happy to do that. So Nico Gonzalez.
And if Rodri's in the squad against Palermo, I'm retroactively changing to Rodri. It's just for now, we do not know if he's fit.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like he did. I don't think he trained today. I think he was like there and like active and maybe took part in like a session or whatever, but they've not put anything up of it. I don't know. Maybe he did train, but I think it's a smart move. And to be honest with you, again, we should be able to go to Wolves with respect with Nico and Reinders, who are Arsenal lads in a set. I assume they're going to go Nico and Reinders and win the game.
And this is not a good Wolves team. They've lost Aït-Nouri and they've lost Cunha. It's not Wolves and all capital letters Wolves. It's a crap team. They're in baseball, they would be deadline sellers, like I said about Newcastle or whatever the other day.
So are we all agreed that it should be Nico and Reinders in that midfield?
Yes. Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Well, this is wrong already because Bernardo Silva's.
I was gonna say this is not what Pep's gonna do. This is what we want because Pep is gonna put Bernardo instead of Nico.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So far, Ederson in goal. Danny outvoted. He wanted Trafford. Me and Tarek voted Ederson. Nunes was a full house. We all agreed on that one. Huzanov, Danny outvoted again by me and Tarek. Democracy rules. Gavardio full house. Aït-Nouri full house. And Nico and Reinders as a duo double pivot. I go with it. I'll back it all. So we've got full houses on that one as well. Okay. Should we just stick Haaland in just because it's easy? We can work around him.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's easy if you just stick him up there and you can work around it, can't you? Right. Okay. So leaves us with 3 positions, 2 wingers or inverted wingers, whatever, and an attacking maybe. Let's start off with the attacking sort of midfielder. I'll move. I have to put a player in. I'll move it into sort of attacking mid. Danny,
I'm going Cherokee. I'm going Cherokee to finish the midfield off.
Okay. Over Foden and Marmoush.
No. I'm putting Foden out wide.
Okay. Tarek, what are you saying?
If they can interchange if they want. I want both of them in the team. Because we've seen that they can combine very well. I'd like both of them in the team in some capacity.
Yeah, I want both Foden and Cherokee in there. So whichever one you want to put at that.
Who would you play in the
10? I'd probably play. Well, Cherokee played out. Did he play wide for
Leon? Yeah, he can play out.
Yeah. So I might actually play Foden down the middle and play Cherokee out wide, and he can come inside. He's gonna at the end of the day, Nunes is gonna be overlapping. So whoever is out there is gonna be playing a little more inside anyway. Yeah. So I don't know that it matters, but I'm good with Cherokee there.
Yeah, I agree. I think Cherokee should be the 10. I think Cherokee looks to be way more creative than Foden, and I think we need to create chances for Haaland, and I think that's more important. Okay, now this is quite interesting because obviously you've got Foden, who's so far at the football club been the best player out of all the wingers that can play there, but last year was bad. Club World Cup looked a little bit better, but not amazing. You got Marmoush, who come in and hit the ground running with goals in January, and then you've got Doku and Savio, who I thought made massive strides forward in the Club World Cup, albeit, yes, against lower opposition, but looked massively better and a lot more sort of optimistic. So, sorry, what are you saying on the? Let's go to the. Do you want Foden right wing then?
Yeah, I would put Foden right wing, and then because we have Aït-Nouri as our left back, I would play Marmoush on the other side. That's what I would do.
Okay, well,
because again, Aït-Nouri is going to come if we're playing him kind of as that bombing forward on the left side, then you need someone that's going to tuck inside. Now, again, Doku could be out there, which means Aït-Nouri kind of more inverts. But what I would like, it's Foden and then Marmoush.
I want Foden and Doku.
Not mad at it.
Doku had a great World Cup, and you have to continue the momentum.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it.
And to add on to that, he came in a bit more centrally during the Club World Cup. He got more shots off. That's where I want to see him. I want to see him take shots. I want to see him score goals. So I'm putting Doku in.
Did Doku get any assists for Haaland in the Club World Cup or not?
No, he didn't.
So that won't work. He won't create anything for Haaland. But
he was. Cherokee will.
No, he will. But Doku won't create anything for Haaland.
Hey, but if he takes more shots, if he keeps it more simple, like Vincent Kompany was saying over the last couple of days, I'm fine with it. You're the tiebreaker.
I got a tiebreaker. Ah, man. Fucking hell. Do I pick a player that has no connection with the striker but had a good tournament? Or do I pick the player that didn't particularly have a great tournament but has been decent since, more than decent since January? Chat. Okay, I'm going into the voting booth.
Somebody said you should pick Savio just to throw it
off. Bob. Bro, shit. You know what I'm going to do, yeah?
Will I be outvoted for a third time?
You might, because I don't think.
Yeah.
Nah, he's not. He's faking you out. Oh, he put it in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I might have lost my mind, but hear me out. Yeah, hear me out on this one. Yeah. For me, this is Doc. I'm being honest. I'm not hating. I'm just giving you my honest opinion. Yeah. For me, this is a make or break season for Jeremy Doku, in my opinion. Yeah, you don't have to agree. My opinion, it's a make or break season. This guy don't serious level raise this season. I want him gone in the summer. That's my opinion. Yeah. He played, in my opinion, very well in the Club World Cup. I think he was one of the better players, and it's some of the best I've seen him. I've seen improvements. I think the way he was attacking, the way he was chilling out a little bit more, I think was miles better than what I've seen in the last 2 years. I think you've got to run with that and see if he can carry it on and keep the form. If he's shit against Wolves, drop him for Tottenham, yeah, and you'd be like, well, you had your chance and you didn't take it. It's not nothing to do with Marmoush, really. It's more of like, I'm a massive fan, of if you're playing well, you got the shirt. And I've said that for years. People who watch me on City Extra know I used to say it all the time. I've said it for years. If you're playing well, don't care what you're called, don't care your fee, don't care your age, you're in a team. And I think he played well in the Club World Cup, and I think he deserves a chance to continue. Yeah? If he doesn't play well, he can drop for Spurs and Marmoush can come in. But for me, this is a massive year for Jeremy Doku, and I just think he should do it. I think he should start. And I'm not even his biggest fan, but like I'm a player, I'm a fan who backs the guy in form, and I think he had a good tournament. And that's I can't believe I put him in the team above Marmoush, man. But it shows you how fair and balanced, isn't it? But like I can't believe I've done that.
And again, what's the point in having multiple quality left wingers if you're not gonna have shorter leashes? If one's not performing, you just put the other one in.
Yeah, I don't have an issue with this at all, because I don't have any problem with Doku's game. I mean, again, is he perfect? No. Do I want more out of him? Yes, but I have no problem with this at all, because I think that he does have. Yeah, I'm good with this. I don't have a problem with that.
Well, David, I've questioned this a lot, David. Yeah, because people have been saying this for time.
That's what I said.
Yeah, people have been saying that Aït-Nouri is going to help Doku, and I've said I'm not sure how that works. However, it was Aït-Nouri that played that fantastic ball through to Doku when Doku scored the goal. So maybe I've got my doubts, David, about it.
The first goal against Al Hilal, he played through to Doku and Doku squared it.
Yeah, I think the point is a lot of people I think assume that Aït-Nouri is going to be making these mad overlapping runs to Doku. I don't think that's going to happen, but that doesn't mean Aït-Nouri won't be able to help him. Yeah, so. That's the situation. And Sheikh, I know Doku doesn't work with Haaland. The stats prove it. 3 assists or something in 2 years is fucking diabolical. Yeah. But again, I'm forgetting what's gone on in the last 2 years. I'm coming into this season, and for me, this is a make or break year for Jeremy Doku. And if I'm saying that, I've got to be fair to the guy. I've got to give him a fair chance. And if I don't play him when he's been in form and been pretty good in the tournament, then I'm going to give him a fair chance. If he shit, don't let him go in the summer. Yeah, but that's I can't believe it. LB has some stroke. I might have some stroke, bro, to be honest. I don't know. I can't believe I picked him. But I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, man. I'm trying to say, bro, I'm not really your massive fan. Yeah, I don't really think you're that good for the team or whatever. But I rate what you did in the Club World Cup. I rate it. So I'm going to give you the chance, prove me wrong as a fan. And then see what he does. If he's shit, he's shit. See you later.
And again, in 2 weeks, we could all look stupid and it'll be Bernardo and Savio as our wingers.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. I was going to say, can we pull it back up and say, what do we think Pep does? What's different between what we put up and what we think Pep puts
You are
up?
the weakest link. Goodbye. He's gone. Straight yeah. Bro, does anyone disagree? Does anyone
I think you're right. I think there's Bernardo's going to be in here, so I think it's going to be there.
Yeah, Nico Gonzalez will be gone. So Bernardo Silva will be in. He'll be gone.
Yep, it'll be Diaz.
It's going to be a Kanji. It's going to be a Kanji.
Nah, it won't be.
It'll be. You might have a Kanji out on that right side, but I think it'll be Diaz there.
I think that might be the team, other than the goalkeeper, which I just have no idea of. I think that'll be the team.
That's not even that bad.
No,
not
well,
that
Yeah, I think the midfield. I don't know. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not a bad team, man. It's not a bad team. It's good enough to beat Wolves, man. Yeah, but I think that actually might be the one that he goes with. I don't think Savio did enough, really. I think he did. I think he had an okay tournament, Savio. But I think Pep putting confidence into Foden by starting him in the first game will be more important to Pep than playing Savio, who was okay in the tournament. He had a good tournament, but he wasn't amazing, was it? So I think he doesn't get in the team. Bob, I just think it's fitness, so you just got no chance at the moment. And then it's just a case of does he go Doku or Mamouche? But I think he might go Doku and drop Mamouche.
I think you're right.
I think that's the team that he'll go for. That's not that team. Yeah. Interesting, man. It's like so you just said that I was like buy Nico Gonzalez. Yeah, you're not playing. Chat, smash these likes up if you've not done so already. See what you guys are saying. No number 6 is asking for trouble. I know, but we've got no one. If Rodri's not available,
this is all assuming that Rodri's hurt, right, or not able to go, and we're resting him, or not even resting him. We're protecting him for the Tottenham match.
We made a lot of assumptions. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Mamouche starts for MCFC Canada first. I don't think he plays Cherky. I think that'll be a fucking terrible decision if he doesn't play Cherky. I think Cherky has to be starting. He's one of my first names on the team sheet, bro. I'll be real with you. He's got to be starting for me. He'll play Gundo over Reinders first. I don't think Cherky will start as often as people want him to early on. I'd stick him straight in. I think he's the type of player that you don't fuck about with. Yeah, some players you ease in. Yeah, maybe you ease Trafford in because of his age or whatever. You ease certain players into the team. I think players like Cherky, who's got that ego, I don't think there's any benefit of easing him in. You know what I mean? I think he's a player that's like, get me on a fucking pitch, mate. I'll be cooking on gas. I don't think he's a player that you go, 10 minutes here, 20 minutes there, 30 minutes there, 60 minutes, I'll sub you off. I think he's just a player that you fucking throw straight in there and say, right, you think you're mint, don't you? You think you should be getting these plaudits that some of these other players are getting, like the Yamals and all this. Yeah? Well, go on then. Wolves at home. Yeah? Probably going to be in a relegation battle or thereabouts. Go and fucking terrorise them. So yeah, I'm not saying you're wrong. You might be right, Chris. But if I was the manager, I'd be fucking starting week in, week out, bro. Week in, week out. Let's see what else you guys are saying. In fact, let me call some of these super chats. Smash these likes up, guys. Big up Josh says Mamouche is a goal scorer. Doku not so much. That's why I'd played Mamouche inverted inside. Mamouche can also take a man on as good as Doku. I don't think Mamouche can take a man on as good as Doku. I think Doku's like fucking freaky on that one, but the other points are correct. The question that I have for you, Josh, yeah, and you know the chat and Tariq and Dana is, do you not think we've got better goals in that team now? You know what I mean? You got Foden, who if he's back on it can score, Cherky can score, Haaland can score, Reinders can score. I think the goals to me look more spread out. So I think the necessity for Mamouche isn't as strong as it was last year because I feel like. If that's on the basis that Foden gets back on it. If he's back on it, I don't think that's necessary. I don't know, man. That's just my opinion. Like, could be chatting shit. And the silence of the boys maybe tells me that I am chatting shit.
No, I mean that again, Doku still has to prove that he can be consistent in front of goal. Foden just has to prove he can get back to it. Cherky, I mean, from what I've seen, I think he'll contribute on. He'll contribute G and A, right? He'll contribute goals plus assists. Now, again, he may not score a ton of goals, but I think he'll create quite a bit for Haaland and for Foden and Doku both, to be honest. He's going to be very, very creative, in my opinion.
I'm going to do another poll in the chat for you guys to vote. Doku or Mamouche, left wing, first game, Wolves. Let me know what you're saying. Josh, big up for the super chat, man. I appreciate it. It will be interesting to see who he goes with.
Again,
I think
it's another one of those, like the goalkeepers. Whoever he picks, I'm not going to be upset.
Yeah. Like this kid, there's some players that for me have to play. Haaland has to play. Cherky has to play. Aït-Nouri has to play. Gvardiol has to play. Probably Nunes has to play. Maybe Foden, I'm not sure yet. Like there are a couple of players that just like, you know, I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. I think he'll go Doku though. I have a feeling he'll go Doku. We'll see, man. We'll see. Big Big up to Angel as well. Says, LB, my mate, love you. The other day I kept getting Cole Palmer edits in my feed. Will never forget Pep for the handling of Palmer. I'd let Pep have his way with my mother if it meant and getting Palmer back. Bro,
Wow.
I was getting triggered raw in Spain, yeah? Because you know the lucky men, yeah? Palmers. The Palmer shirts, man, is crazy, bro. The amount of people wearing Palmer shirts is wild, you know. Wild. When I went last year, yeah, everyone was wearing Mbappe shirts and Haaland shirts. Yeah, that's it. That's pretty much all you see. 99% of all the kids and all the adults with the shirts on, yeah. I had these shirts on, yeah. That's all you've seen. That's Lee. Lee lives in Spain, right? This year, didn't see as many Haaland boys. I can't lie. It was Palmer everywhere. And PSG shirts as well, facts. PSG shirts and Palmer shirts were everywhere, bro. And like, it was just triggering me because you know what I think about Palmer, man. But yeah, I seen a lucky man. I was said to my girlfriend and said, guarantee he's got Palmer on the back of that. He turned around, Palmer. I was like, fuck's sake, man.
It's funny though, because when I was in Paris 2 months ago, it took me like 2 full days to find a PSG shirt. And then I saw a bunch of them. But
Really?
Like, I had a list on my phone of like kits I saw before a PSG shirt, and there were like 20 different kits I saw before I found a PSG one. But then they just started popping up everywhere. Yeah. But it took me a while to find the first one. It's kind of funny.
No, it is wild, yeah. Palmer, man. It says everyone loves him, innit? You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. It's fucking sick.
So speaking of Palmer, right? We know
my favorite part of the show.
He wanted to go on loan. Supposedly, we wanted him to stay. Ended up leaving for good. We got Echeverry, we got Hayes, we probably still have maybe even Oscar Bob. Who do you see, or what are your thoughts on those loans, or potential loans at least?
I think the Hayes thing is like, the Hayes thing has been forced because of Akanji having no bids for him and John Stones refusing to leave. So, you know, I just think, yeah, loan him out for a year, Vita Hayes. He's only young. He's only 19. Loan him out. He'll be playing week in, week out. Cool. Bob, I hear it, but I still think that, I don't know. I get it because he's got Foden in front of him. He's got Savio, Doku, and Mamouche at the moment. But I think where people are forgetting about Bob is that he could also potentially do some minutes in the attacking midfield role. I don't know, people say there's not a lot of minutes to go around. Tell me that again in February, March, when we're playing a game every 3 days and we've got injuries, Foden's injured, Cherky's injured. You're going to be saying different things.
Doku and his muscly legs get injured every season.
Yeah, facts, bro.
Doku will be injured at some point.
Mamouche will go because he's AFCON, isn't it?
Yeah.
So he's gone. He's gone for a month. So, yeah, right now it doesn't look... Because everyone's fit and healthy now. So everyone's like, where are they all going to play? Well, hang on a minute. You know what we were like last year with our injuries? It'll happen again, by the way. Yeah, as soon as a couple of these players get injuries, suddenly minutes become available rapid. So, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be like mad again. What I don't think you can do, yeah, obviously Hayes is chill because he's a set of 10. I don't think you can loan. I don't know if you can loan both Bob and Echeverry. You might be able to loan one of them, yeah, and then still have enough players. But if you loan them both, I think you're asking for trouble. If you loan them both, I really do. I think you're asking for trouble. If you loan Bob and Echeverry, I think squad-wise, you only have to take a couple of injuries, and all of a sudden you're looking cooked, man. So maybe one of them, but not both of them.
Yeah, it sounds like Echeverry and his group want to go to Roma, whereas the club is saying maybe Girona. Him and Hayes both going to Girona. Do you have a strong preference either one of those for Echeverry?
I personally would have liked him to have gone to a team playing Champions League or Europa League.
I think the perk to Roma is that they are in the Europa League.
Yeah. Like Europa League or Champions League. I want to see him play some European football. Because I think that's, you know, a lot of when you hear about Echeverry, like, we all know he's a talented player. I think it's like the physicality side of the game, the losing the ball in maybe silly areas side of the game. Well, European football teaches you that a lot. Because if you do that in a knockout game or a big group stage game and you lose it and you concede a goal, you're out the fucking tournament. You do it in a league game, you know, you got fucking 37 more other matches to play. So I'm not massively against him going to Girona, but I'd rather him go to somewhere there he's playing either Champions League or Europa League.
For Echeverry, I would have liked Lyon. I wish he was the one we sent over. I still don't know what's happened with that.
Do we think that's where was it Nipon or however you say it? Yeah, we think that's probably where he'll end up.
because again, yeah, you talk about physicality. They're going to be in Europa League, and then they're also in a notoriously physical league in France. The issue is with like Spain and Italy, they're both slower leagues. Again, I don't hate Girona, I don't hate Roma, but it's a lot slower than the Premier League. At least in France, you get the physicality. But then again, I think a loan is necessary for Echeverri, and I think considering, like you said, Akanji won't move, Stones won't move. I think it's much better loaning Vitor Reis out as opposed to just keeping him on the bench.
Yeah. This is a great point, by the way, as well, by Tally. Says Bob can play in any of those 3 roles. Any of those 3 roles he can play in. Doku and Savio are limited to the left and right, and it doesn't look like Pep likes Doku on the right, doesn't like Savio on the left. Whereas I think you've already seen Bob. Bob played quite a lot on the left. He's played quite a lot on the right. Me and Danny have both seen Bob playing centrally in the academy as well. I think he can do that very well. So, again, you lose Bob and you're losing that versatility. So, yeah, if it is, I don't know. I just don't think you can get rid of both Echeverri and Bob. I think that'd be silly. I think
the one thing that was a bit confusing to me about the whole thing with Vitor Reis is Palmeiras wanted him back for 6 months. And if the plan was always to like loan him out, if the plan was always to like not play him that much, I don't know why we didn't just leave him there for 6 months, especially considering like they played Chelsea, they played a bunch of good teams in the Club World Cup. That would have been a good experience for him. But then again, you also have the whole factor of Real Madrid, Arsenal wanted him. So whichever terms you can get him on, you have to get him on.
I know. Yeah,
well, I think we thought we were going to get rid of some like Akanji, Stones. We thought they were going to be out, and so he would be with us. But you can't. What I don't think you can do is those guys stay, and then he still stays and doesn't play. He's got to go play.
No, 100%. And house captain, yes, it does actually, absolutely 100% matters, because if you look at McAtee, yeah, I don't know, not everyone agrees with that. I actually don't know Danny's point, but I think the decision to go back to Sheffield United in that second year was absolutely ridiculous. I know not everybody agrees with it, but I think he needed to go on loan to a team that dominates the ball, has the ball, and he went to a team that's just newly promoted, don't know how much money they spent, probably not a lot, and was always going to have less than 30% possession, and he's a player that needs the ball. So loans do matter. Absolutely. It 100% matters what team you go to. 100%. I don't know, Danny, you got any point?
I agree with that. I think the loan to Nice for Ba is okay. The only issue is he's still playing in a back 3 yet again. He does have the chance to play Champions League. I'm not sure if he will end up doing it, because they've got Benfica in their next qualifying round, and I think they'll probably lose that. But again, good move. They'll end up getting dropped into Europa. They're making Europe no matter what. At worst, he's playing Conference League if they lose the next 2 qualifying rounds. But I think aside from the system, it's a pretty good move for him. But.
Yeah, and just to add, going back to that comment by, who was it? House Captain. Was it House Captain?
Yeah, it was House Captain.
Yeah, House Captain. It does matter, but like I've already said with Echeverri and Girona, I'm not that arsed if he goes to Girona. I would rather him go to a team that's playing Europa League football or Champions League football, because I want him to get a European experience. I don't think it's a disaster loan. Yeah, so that there's different tiers of like, yeah, that's a mint loan, decent loan, shit loan. I think for me, if Echeverri goes to Girona, I just think that goes into the good loan bracket. I don't think it's an amazing loan for him. I don't think it's a shit loan. Yeah. That's where I'm at with that.
And to play devil's advocate as well, I think he has a much higher chance of playing full non-use for significant minutes for Girona than he would for Roma. Roma have some very talented players in that position. They've got like Matias Sule, Baldanzi as well. Girona don't have that same amount of talent, so he'll probably get more minutes there than he would at Roma.
Probably easy for him to settle as well at Girona.
And then again, for Vitor Reis as well, he'll probably start for them. His competition is Daley Blind, who's way over the hill, and he'll probably play alongside Krejci, who had a good season for them. So he'll probably start.
Yeah, and City will be telling Girona, bro, you're getting Vitor Reis, you're playing him. You're not fucking having a £30 million centre-back and benching him.
Well, that's the question, because I've read, I haven't paid attention. You guys are probably telling me better. Like, of the people that we've sent to Girona, they haven't always gotten as much playing time as we would have liked.
But yeah, I seen someone tweet this the other day. I can't remember who it was, and it was like, that's what I was the thing is, right? I don't care about players. Respectfully, I don't care about players we're loaning to teams if I don't see them having a potential future at Manchester City. Yeah, I just don't really care. I'm not bothered. Because why? Because I'm a City fan. So I'm bothered about players that I think have a future at City, which is why I'll be watching Vitor Reis when he goes to Girona. I'll be doing Girona watch-alongs, which is why I'll be watching Echeverri wherever he goes, because I think he's got a potential. If we're loaning out some random geezer, to Girona, who I don't think's ever got a chance of playing for City anyway, I'm not really that bothered. Do you know what I'm saying? Yankuto, he played for them because he was good. Yeah. And obviously we've had Savio. I know he wasn't directly on City. He was at Troyes or whatever. He went there, played because he was good. So I think Vita Hayes will play because he's good. I think if Echeverri goes, he'll play because he's good. I think the others probably didn't play or whatever because they probably weren't that good. I went on transfer marks and looked at all the players we've loaned to Girona. I'm like, bro, some of them are just like not even that good, bro. I'll be real. The Dross.
What was it? Yeah. Did we loan Marlos Moreno there? Was he one of them?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. I still remember that goal in Copa America 2016 against
Alex Garcia. Wow. I think we loaned him originally, and then he ended up moving there permanently. He ended up becoming one of their main midfielders.
Yeah, he was great 2 seasons ago.
He was not a bad player, man. He was not a bad player. But yeah, I don't know. Like I say, I think if you sent them both there, Vita Hayes and Echeverri, I think it could work. Yeah. But I do think that Echeverri could get more game time at City than people are anticipating because I think he could. I think Pep might be like actually starting to realise. He probably realised way too late again, another error from last year. But that actually is pretty fucking good, as you've seen in the FA Cup final when he come on and really made an impact. Club World Cup, scored that goal. Good player, man. Do you know what I mean? Good player. But yeah, big up Angel, man. Big up for the super chat. I appreciate it. Also, that's probably one of the most normal super chats you've ever sent, even though it did say you'd let Pep have his way with your mother. So, big up Massive as well. So Pep not starting his captain in the first game. No. That wasn't. That was our team.
We came
what
to the
we would do.
That he would start.
Yeah. This is the actual team that will play, probably. But yeah, obviously Bernardo's going to start. I mean, he's going to start pretty much every game. He's a fucking captain, and I doubt he's going to not play him in most games if he's captain. Sweet. All right, and boys. Anything else from either of you? No?
I don't think so.
Anything else from the chat? Chat, have you got any other topics that you need us to? You're desperate for us to cover before we wrap up the show? Let us know in the chat. If you do, make sure you have smashed a like as well.
I do want to say, when I saw Burnley tweet out about Trafford leaving, I thought of you immediately. They were going like, oh, good luck to James. We're getting a British record fee for him. I'm like, mate, you just got promoted and you're more concerned about making money than actually staying up. Like, that was a weird tweet from Burnley.
What? Who tweeted that?
Burnley's official account tweeted, thank you, James. We're getting the British record goalkeeper fee for him. I'm like, mate, why are you bragging about that? Your goal is
because they had no way to keep him. They had no way to keep him. So you got to justify it somehow for your fan base and find a way to make it the silver lining.
Yeah.
Nah, I know. Yeah, and I hear what you both say, but I think Tarek's probably right because they had no choice because of the buyback. I know we didn't actually activate it because we got it less, but like they were always screwed anyway. I think they just probably it's a PR spin. But I get what you're saying. They shouldn't be. Yeah. I get what you're saying. Like selling one of your most
just came up
players.
And you're more concerned with
about money.
I hear what you're saying.
That's like basically saying we're not going to be here after this season anyway, so we got to get all the money we can.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think actually I can't remember fully, but I'm pretty sure. I think Burnley are making some like smarter signings. I think they've listened to my advice.
You say that, and they've signed Kyle Walker.
Okay, so they can't be perfect. So have they signed? Fucking hell, they signed bare players, man. They signed fucking bare players.
All I remember is Hart.
I don't like the signings, man. So they're doing it again. 21-year-old.
Oh, they're bringing in Broya. They're bringing in Armando Broya.
Yeah,
it just came out like a couple hours ago.
Broya, the striker.
Yeah, Broya. Southampton, Chelsea.
I do not rate him. I think he's up on mid. At least he's experienced. You know what I mean? You guys like going for him. 21-year-old Chayuna. Bashir Humphreys, 22. Marcus Edwards, to be fair, 26 years old. Hartman, 23.
He's okay.
Max Weiss, goalkeeper. He'll probably be back up, 21. They've signed a couple of older players, but they're still signing a lot of young players. Yeah, I don't think you're staying up, boys. If that's your signings, you know what I mean. So we'll see what happens tonight. I've not checked the other two. I just know that Xhaka's gone Sunderland because of
Leeds brought in a very good goalkeeper, Lucas Perry, who played for Lyon.
Oh, they finally fucked that shit goalkeeper off.
Yeah, Meslier.
Well, he is one of the worst goalkeepers I've ever seen. And every year I watch a Leeds game, he's like, he's still in goal. I'm like, how have Leeds not got rid of this guy yet? He's awful. It's unbelievable how bad that guy is. And they've kept him for years and years and years. He's trash, man.
They lost out on Paqueta to Marseille, which is a big blow for them. He's actually quite good.
Oh, by the way, go on, sorry.
No, I was gonna say I saw Lucas Chevalier.
I was gonna say the same thing.
Yeah. I saw that he was basically I don't know if it was it Romano, Fabrizio Romano that posted. I forget who it was, but basically said that
he's well.
about to sign. And so, what does that mean for Donnarumma? Where does he end up?
Did I see that they were linked with Galatasaray?
Really?
I thought I saw. I don't know. Maybe chat can confirm. I thought I saw Galatasaray was linked with Donnarumma, and then that might explain maybe why they pulled away from the Ederson deal. Maybe I don't know.
How are they going to afford him though? They can't afford Ederson. How are they going to afford Donnarumma?
No, I don't think they can't afford Ederson. I think that they. I mean, bro, they pay. Have you seen how much they're paying Osimhen?
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Bro, they can pay Donnarumma if they want. You're right, chat. Chelsea should be all over the Donnarumma deal.
Why isn't United after him?
Facts. Anyone that needs a goalkeeper should just be fucking handing out serious dollar to Donnarumma.
You know what? I feel like Newcastle should go after him. They just got Ramsdale. Never mind.
They should have. They should have.
Fucking, they played a clip, man. Where is it? Honestly, man, he's fucking shit, mate. Why did not get in Donnarumma? Yeah, Newcastle probably would get rejected at this rate, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it's wild though, isn't it? He wants 500k a week. Well
you just staying at PSG.
Yeah, you stayed at PSG on a bench then, bro, because Chevalier's coming in. I think for me, you just got Donnarumma. You give him your best. This is the thing, man. Like, clubs should be just giving players their best offer. Just say, this is our offer. If you don't want it, don't want it. Like, you know what I mean? And then, people will be like, well, he won't accept it. Well, let's see what happens then when they sign Chevalier and he's like, shit, I'm going to be on the bench. Oh, I'll join United. Oh, yeah, I'll join Newcastle. Do you know what I mean? And for Newcastle, what a coup that would be.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that would be such an unbelievable... I know he's not the best on the ball, right? But he is such a good goalkeeper, man. Like, that's unreal. Yeah, but Chelsea the one. Chelsea should be all over Donnarumma. All over him, man. When they had Courtois back in the day, man, they was... You know what I mean? I swear them goals at Stamford Bridge are smaller than everybody else.
They had Courtois and Czech at the same time. Now look at them.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
That
they should definitely go for him, man. And they've got the cash available, mate, because they've spent they're nearly at 2 billion now, I think. Yeah, that's a crazy one. I was going to say that as well, Tyler. That was weird. Yeah, and that might be why that everyone's saying, why don't we go for Chevalier? Maybe we didn't go for Chevalier because it was a done deal. He was already going PSG. Like, they're just, they're ironing it out. And, like, maybe we tried to inquire and he was like, I'm not interested in going PSG.
Yeah. Because he was linked with them very early in the window. So it's not a shock.
Yeah, Spurs again, bro. There's loads of teams. There's loads of teams out there that need goalkeepers.
Isn't Martinez leaving Villa? Villa should
go. Yeah, he's gone.
I think he is. I think is he going Saudi? I think he might be going Saudi, bro. I think he's basically got to the point in his career now where he's like, I'm fucking ready for the cash. I'm ready for the payday, innit? So it's just like, let me go Saudi. But I don't know. I think he was linked with United at one point.
He was, yeah.
Martinez, but I don't know if that's materialised. They got to get a new goalkeeper, mate.
I think Villa are in trouble. I don't think they've moved the needle at all this window.
Who've they actually signed? Have they signed anyone?
Oh, they lost Rashford. Damn, who did they sign?
Have they signed anyone, chat? Villa. They're going under the radar, innit? Like, everyone's talking about Newcastle, saying how bad their summer is.
Disasi on loan. Wait, when was this?
They brought in Bizot, who's just going to be their backup goalkeeper. Well, that is no good. They've literally not signed anyone.
Well,
that was last season. So yeah, it's just
they're screwed on PSR though. The UEFA one, the squad cost ratio. they've got the highest squad cost ratio I think of anyone in the Premier League at 96%. It's got to be under 70, I think.
Wow.
So I think that's why I think you've started seeing. I don't know if you noticed this, but you started seeing rumours of that Ramsey potentially leaving because I think they need to free up some cash and.
They're talking about maybe what's the striker?
Watkins.
Ollie Watkins may be going too.
Yeah.
They were saying Newcastle should go get him.
I was gonna say, yeah, I think he might just land at Newcastle.
But if they already get Sesko, then maybe it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think they're
in trouble.
They could potentially. But UEFA, you just get a fine anyway. See Gag there in the chat saying they got fined 7 mil too. I think in the UEFA one, if you breach the UEFA for FFP, you just get fined, innit? I think you only get like points deductions in the group stage or kicked out the league if it's like repeating year after year after year after year. But the first year you breach FFP in the Champions League or UEFA or whatever, it's just a fine. So they might just firm the fine and just be like, yo, just fuck it. But I think that's one of the reasons they can't spend, because I imagine if they're breaching on the Champions League, I imagine they're not too far away in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And that's probably why they needed the Champions League, innit? Last season they got robbed, didn't they, in that United game when they got that I can't remember what happened. They should have scored a goal, innit? And then they ruled it out. I think he said that like the guy, Onana come out, didn't he? And the referee said he had control of the ball. So I can't remember exactly what happened, but basically Villa got robbed in that game. If they would have won that game, they would have got Champions League, I think. Pretty sure.
But then again, in 2020, if goal line technology was working, they would have gotten relegated. So it's full circle.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
You're even now. You're even.
Yeah.
No, I don't remember that.
It was during COVID when, was it Nylon that had in goal? He fell into the goal with the ball, and they said it didn't go in. I think they were playing like Sheffield United or something.
I think I do remember it. I think they said, did they say like the system wasn't working or something?
Yeah, it was like Hawkeye or something. Yeah, he had the ball and he like fell into the goal with it.
The one time it didn't fucking work saved them from getting relegated. You know?
Yeah. They set up at one point because they ended up drawing that game like 0-0, I think, and they ended up staying up at one point, and they had a terrible goal difference. So that was like the deciding thing.
Yeah.
So it's full circle.
All right, and sweet mate. I think we'll wrap it up there. It's 20-1 in the morning. I'm knackered. Enjoy your Friday night, boys.
Yeah.
Over there in the States and that. You know what I mean? Doing anything nice, lads, or just chilling?
Nah, just chilling.
I'm
had a busy week.
May go try to get some golf in tomorrow, but that's it.
Nice.
It's not nice. I'm not really any good, so but it's fun, so that's what matters.
I can't fucking play golf, mate. Yeah, it's all right. When you got a bat in your hand, yeah, and then you go like right, and then you go like I always find that when I get to a ball, the club, turns. So like instead of like the ball's like that, and that's the club, it should go like that, innit? It should go boom, nice and smooth, innit? Like boom, yeah. But when I do it, I'm not even joking, when I do it, I go like that, come through. And then by the time I get there, it's like that. And I don't get, like, the club should be like that, innit? Like, it's nice and smooth. I find that I try all the time, to get it, like, nice but I can't do it. I can't do it, man. And it stresses me out. And then you end up, like, smacking the grass and that. And then the old men go, oh, you're ruining the grass. And I was like, this ain't a fun expect. This ain't fun. This ain't fun, bro. Like, you're having fun. I'm not having fun, man. I'm getting cooked off the old guy for ruining the grass. Yeah. The people behind me are telling me to hurry up. Yeah, I'm shouting 4. My fucking throat's hurting. Nah, man. Like, listen, I think if you was good at it, I think it'd be pretty cool. Like, smacking a ball, bare fire and that. I think that'd actually be pretty cool, mate. But, like, for me, I'm not good at it. Nah.
I can usually make decent contact with the ball. But you talked about the club being, here this way versus, like this. For me, it's being straight as opposed to being angled one way or the other, which means the ball goes right or left as opposed to
but
as
at least
straight
you can
as
hit
I
the
want
ball,
it.
innit?
Yeah, I can hit the ball typically pretty okay.
Yeah, and I guarantee you, you do 18 holes, I bet you get like a sick drive, maybe at least 4 times.
Oh, yeah,
You hit
that's the only thing I'm halfway decent at. I can hit it hard and far. I just can't hit it straight. So I'm working on it. But, yeah, for me, I don't have a good score because I have too many mistakes in my game. But Like I said, I can
you're a
usually
bozo, yeah?
yeah. I absolutely. So
That's a bozo.
blow up holes. Yeah, it's supposed to be par 4. I'm good for a couple sevens.
Triple
Maybe,
bogey. That's
yeah, and now you can't have good scores with that, and maybe occasionally an 8. So what is my handicap? It's between my ears. I'm the handicap. I don't know. It's probably I shoot probably no. I cannot break 90 consistently. I'm trying to break 100 consistently. So there you go. Not good, but I have a decent time.
I like mini golf. I love mini golf. I don't like normal golf.
I fucking hate mini golf. Bro, I can't. Bro, I think it's
all about the angles.
I just can't. I can't stand it. Like
the physics are very annoying, but it's a lot better than
it's not for me. That
I don't have the arm strength to play actual golf.
It's not for me, man. I tell you what, I do
don't even
like.
Have to be hit the ball hard. You're supposed to let the club do the work, but I played baseball as a kid, so I get out there and I try to hit it hard every time, and that messes me up.
No.
Yeah, but the chat shit, mate, because they go, oh, it's not, you don't have to hit the ball hard. It's all about the technique. It's all about the technique. And they say the same thing in boxing as well. Oh, it's about the technique. Hang on a minute, yeah. If I get into a scrap, mate, yeah, I've got that one punch to save my life. I ain't worried about fucking technique, mate, yeah? I'm not going to stand there and go, one punch, this guy's coming at me now, I got to hit him with a punch. Oh, let me think about my leg stance, yeah, while I duck my left shoulder and come up with a right fucking hook. I'm just full sending the power, mate, yeah? And it's like, bro, what are we doing here?
You punch the guy in his nose as hard as you can. I don't care if I look good doing it.
Facts.
I get into a scrap to the death. There's 100 of me against one gorilla. Yeah, we're bringing that trend back, mate.
Yeah. Oh, that trend fucking died rapid, didn't it? Where the hell did that trend go, by the way? Everyone was speaking about it, and then it just disappeared overnight. Like, what the hell? Where the fuck did that technique go? You know what I'm saying? That trend.
They heard Jacob get it transitioned from it transitioned from the gorillas to the zebras, and then everybody was like, "Oh, we can't do this anymore. Leave him out here by himself." That's what happened. It's all Jacob's fault.
That's definitely facts, man. Yeah, sweet. No, I'll tell you what I do. Like, I went to a town, yeah, and they have one of those batting cages. Do you have it in America where you get it's got a machine and it throws a ball. You got to smack the ball with a baseball.
They actually have that in England? Really?
Yeah.
I'm surprised because I didn't think you guys like baseball like that.
Well, I think it's like a cricket version, but basically
okay.
Shit, right?
Gotcha.
But
okay.
Here's the thing, right? I don't know the answers to this, but you might know the answers to it because you obviously played a baseball and that, you know, right? So answer me this question, yeah. When I was in the like the batting sort of cage or whatever, it was throwing the balls out. Yeah, I got the full length bat. Yeah, like that long. Yeah, full length bat. Yeah, and swear down, every time the ball comes to me, missed it. Didn't even hit it every single time. Right, and then what I did is there's another bat. Yeah, for kids that big. Yeah, pick that bat up. Ping, 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 ping. Bro, I was pinging them everywhere. Why is it that when I had the big bat, I couldn't hit the ball at all? Like, couldn't even hit it. And as soon as I got the small bat, I was pinging the balls left, right, and center. Why?
It depends because in like the big leagues, people use long bats, people use short bats. It's personal preference. I don't know the science behind it. I probably should since I watch baseball every day, sadly. But no,
I couldn't hit the ball at all with the long bat. Once I couldn't hit it at all. And as soon as I got the shorter bat, I was literally smacking the fucking bats, bro.
Was it like too heavy or something?
That's what Steve says, and that's what I was going to ask.
Yeah.
Too. Usually you switch the bat out because it's either too long or really it's too heavy.
No, it's plastic. It's a tennis ball, so it was a plastic bat. It weighed nothing.
Plastic fan, plastic bat.
It was exactly. It was plastic. It was nothing to do with the weight or anything. I just couldn't hit the ball with a bigger bat. As soon as I went to a smaller bat, I was fucking slamming them. I don't know. I literally have no idea why that was a thing. And then I went back to the bigger bat to see if it was like if I'd got the gift.
It's not the hand-eye coordination because you were fine with the smaller bat, so you were able to put the bat on the ball. I don't know why it was with the bigger bat. I don't know. Not sure.
When I come to America, yeah, and maybe I'll come to a state where you guys are. Maybe we'll go to one of these arenas. I'll show you the problem. Maybe I don't know. I don't know what it was. Honestly, it's fucking weird. I don't actually know. I thought you guys would know. I thought you'd be like, "Oh, it's this. You're doing this classic error," and I'd be like, "Oh shit."
No, I have no idea. Baseball, I don't know the sound.
I don't know. Bro. It's crazy.
So it might be your swing as well. I don't know.
Fuck knows. All right, I'm actually going to go to bed. Big up to you guys, man, in the chat. Hopefully you've enjoyed the stream. If you have, do me a favor, man. Smash this like up. We're going to do 2 streams a day, every single day in the month of August. Now, because this stream started and ended on the 1st and the 2nd, does this class as a stream for yesterday and today? Technicalities. I don't know if we know what he's saying, but do I only have to do 1 stream tomorrow? Or
You gotta get a VAR ruling.
Gotta get a
We're cutting
VAR.
corners now. You're not going to get work rate B as
We're on
followed.
day 2 and bro's already trying to find technicalities out of this. That's crazy. Now we will be back tomorrow with 2 streams as well, man. Yeah, I mean we're gonna slam up the streams this month, man. But yeah, make sure you guys are smashing up the likes. Make sure you guys are subscribed as well. Make sure you guys are subscribing to Shades of Blue podcast, Tariq and the gang on there, man. Make sure you guys check them out as well. Make sure you guys are checking out Bevel. Couldn't make it tonight. He's got a deadline on his work in it. Not in my lifetime pod. Make sure you guys are following up JJ Talk Sports as well. We'll get these guys back on next week or something. You know what I'm saying? Because actually we got a game in it on Saturday.
Indeed.
So maybe we could do like a midweek panel. Get a full panel on. When Steve's recovered, Pulpy's recovered, get everybody on maybe midweek, and then we could maybe do one after the game on. I think it's Saturday.
Saturday, 8 p.m. UK.
Buzzing. We're back. We're back, bro. I can't fucking wait for the games to start, man. I'm buzzing. The first couple of weeks were carried by the transfer news. I was like, yeah, loads of shit to talk about, and then it just fucking went. And you know what City are like? When nothing's happening.
Yeah.
You know, like other clubs, yeah? Like when nothing's happening, shit's still going down. Like the clubs that are in crisis, they've got some shit going on in the boardroom or whatever. There's so much shit to talk about. Whereas City are like so well run from like an operations point of view that like when nothing's happening, there's just nothing to talk about. Now you could say we got 115, but we've done that. We did that 2 years ago. So like, there's literally nothing to talk about. You know what I'm saying?
I think Stephen Borson was like, that might go on for another 2 years still.
Yeah, I watched that video, man, and I was just like, fuck yeah, I can't be asked, man. I want it done now.
Yeah,
what
be over with.
But yeah. Nah, big up, man. Big up. Yeah, smash a like. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Shout out Danny. Shout out Tariq. Get well soon. Steve, who's ill with the COVIDs. And shout out Pulpy. Hopefully his leg's not falling off in it. Make sure you're taking your meds. We'll catch you in the next one, people. See you later.